Hey guys, it's Dude. Welcome back to Tsukihime. Here with Misaki again. So, last time we got introduced to our main character, Shikitono, who has mystic eyes of death perception. And he tried to kill a vampire that he didn't know was a vampire. And it turns out vampires do not die when they are killed, so she came after him and is now making him take responsibility. Okay, so can I load from here? Here we go, resume game. Yeah, I also have something else I wanted to point out. So I mentioned this last week. This game does have sex scenes in them, and we obviously can't show that on screen. So I prepared this little graphic here for when we get to those scenes.
My little sensor screen is great.
Okay, so let's see. We had just come. Shiki just went to Arkwood's place to, and I guess we're going to learn more about what she's doing here. Just confirm. Are you ready, Misaki?
Oh wait, isn't this?
It's me, but I just wanted to make sure you are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is a pretty nice room. I have no problem spending the night here. Arkwood looks around the hotel room. I've got nothing to say for now.
My room has probably already been discovered. So let's hide out here for the night. Oh, you don't have to worry about money. I'm rich, so I'll treat you.
Speaking carefully, Arkwood closes the curtains. She also turns off the lights and the room becomes as dark as night. I sigh. What are you thinking, Arkwood?
I'm thinking about all sorts of stuff.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm asking why you've rented a high-class hotel, not a cheap one, and why you rented out the whole top floor. I try to say this, but I stop. Right now, my job is to guard this so-called vampire and nothing more. I'm not going to ask any useless questions. No, forget it. Do whatever you like.
Weird cheeky. Suddenly getting mad and going silent like that. I just don't get you.
Arkwood lies on the bed, smiling like she's having fun.
I'm going to sleep until the sun sets. You'd better rest while you have the chance. Vampires don't move about in the daytime, so you'll be on guard for real during the night.
Do you realize you've just said something that completely contradicts your existence?
Oh, it's alright for me. Oh, I guess it's almost my limit.
Hold on a sec. I just want to adjust the volume a little bit here on my end. Okay.
Good night, Shiki. Wake me up when the sun sets.
Hey! Like a machine whose power is cut off, Arkwood suddenly falls asleep. She's so defenseless. Right now I could run away if I wanted to. She did force me to come here after all. I could easily run away now. I sense a choice coming on, so I'm gonna make a save here. And I don't have that impulse anymore, but even if I killed you once, yet How's she able to suddenly fall asleep despite that? Look at Arcoid's face as she sleeps on the bed. Her plump chest rises and falls. It looks like she's breathing. Her body isn't moving at all. It's like the air around her has stopped. So tranquil, even I might stop moving. What a peaceful slumber. A kind of defenselessness, as if she had absolute trust in me, even though we've only just met. She's so stupid. She's so stupidly honest I might start to worry. But aside from that, this is a turning point. This may very well be the point of no return for Tonoshiki. Yeah, let's try escaping. See what happens. I still want to continue living in the proper, respectable world. I do feel responsible for killing Arcoid, but I think there's something wrong about being forced to do something I can't do. But again, Arcoid is asleep. She's trusting me, someone who's killed her once already, and sleeping peacefully. Damn it. But even so, I can't do it. I quietly start to walk, turning my back to Arcoid, sleeping with complete faith in me. I leave the hotel room. The corridor is silent. We're on the 11th floor, the top floor in the hotel. Since she rented out the whole floor, there are no other guests here. I still feel a tinge of indecisiveness, but I shake it off and press the elevator button. Taking the train from the hotel, I return to town. It's just past noon. School is about to finish, so I think it's probably okay for me to head back to the mansion. All the same, I don't feel like going back to the mansion. I decided to head to the park to cool my head for a bit. Sitting down on the bench, I vacantly stare up into the sky. The sky is still cloudy, much like the scenery within my own heart. I wonder if she's still sleeping, believing in me. I've killed her once, and yet she said she would forgive me. She had forgiven me, and yet, what am I doing here? Last night, after I killed Arcoid, I swore to myself that I would atone for it no matter what. Was that an oath I could break when my life is in danger? Was that all it was? Kuh. But I do want to live. That is a problem I can't ignore as long as I'm alive. And it's not something I can easily dismiss as a moment of passion and forget about it. That power is yours, but that is the very reason why you must never forget. I recall those precious words from long, long ago. Sensei, what did she mean? What did she say to me? There's still time. The sun hasn't set yet. If I can return to the hotel before the sun sets, I'll probably still make it in time. Damn it. I can't throw away my doubts. In the end,
Do you want to continue running?
Yeah, let's, I value my life. I recall the scene yesterday where I killed Arcoid. The stench of death and blood. I never want to experience something like that again. If I were to remain with Arcoid, there'd be no question that I would be subjected to that scene again. If I don't want that, I'll have to go back to the mansion. I get the feeling that there's some major flaw in my decision. But right now, everything is a mess in my head, and my sense of logic refuses to function properly. Anyhow, for now, I'll return to my own room for some rest. I'm sure I'll calm down and think clearer then. The sun has gone down and my surroundings have been cast into darkness. It's probably past 7 now. The curfew for the mansion is 8, so I'd better hurry back if I don't want to be scolded by Akiha. The streets around the mansion are deserted like always. The sun's only just gone down, but the silence is like that of midnight. Come to think of it, this place is where I've gone to check out that noisy stray dog the night I first returned to the mansion. Huh? I'm beset by a terrible premonition of misfortune. Strange. Suddenly, my surroundings became completely black. I hear a dripping sound. Where's that sound coming from? It's coming from nearby. My body is starting to cool. It's coming from nearby. Alarms are going off somewhere in my head. Drip, 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 drip. Sound. I think it's coming from right behind my neck. Ah. I collapse onto the asphalt. My limbs won't move and my consciousness dims. At the bottom of my thinning consciousness, all I find out is a few black dogs are feeding on my arms and legs. And
Tim destroys Shiki. I thought it was gonna be Arcade.
ooh, oh yes, this game has one of these. Will you take CL Sensei's lesson?
Ooh.
Teach me, CL Sensei. This is all her.
Bonjour. This corner is for the bad Tono-kun, who rather easily ended up at a dead end. It is time for Teach Me, CL Sensei. We'll be seeing a lot of each other from now on, so please give me your best regards. By the way, my students are the thousands of Tono-kuns out there, all over the country, and... What, Nya? What's with this difference in our treatment? Tsukihime's main heroine, Arcoid-san. Now, we will start the first period. Goodness, this won't do it all, Tono-kun. This dead end is just too much, right? I know exactly how you feel when you do not wish to make friends with that suspicious vampire. But you've just gotta bear with it here. In order to live, one must have endurance. And they say that if you can't beat him, join him. Please, just try to demonstrate the Japanese quality of not being able to say no. Oh, and since you ended up being dog food without a chance, you'll have to restart from an earlier point and do a makeup. Also, you have freedom to choose what response you make in the alley, but I think it is not a good idea to run away. Well, that's all for first period. Second period will be a lecture about wild animals. It will be called Shakes and Shivers Animal Land. Well then, goodbye everyone.
I didn't know Neko Arc originated from this game. I thought she first appeared in Melty Blood.
And originated in the after school thing.
Yeah. So in Fate Stay Night, when you get a bad ending, you go to the Tiger Dojo where Fujimura and Ilya lecture you about what you did wrong. Oops. Glad this game has one of those too. So I assume. Okay. Still, I can't leave her alone. I did promise, after all. No matter what it was I promised, I can't break it. Arcoid is sleeping. Her face is a pale white, like that of a sick person. Arcoid said she was weak. She said she was at her limit just a while ago, so I don't think she considered what I could do after she went to sleep. The room is quiet. We're on the 11th floor, the top floor. Since she rented out the whole floor, there are no other guests here. The only sound is Arcoid's breathing. When I see her like this, she really looks nightmarishly beautiful. That white smooth skin and that silky light blonde hair. The soft lines of her body and those long eyelashes that look like swift brush strokes. Perfect body down to even the small details, the like of which I've never seen before. No, to be more precise, the kind I never would have seen in my entire life. Empire or not, Arcuate is a girl. I have to take responsibility for the fact that she's so weak now that she falls asleep instantly like she just did. You have to take responsibility for your own deeds. Part of my childhood education made an appearance in my head. Sensei even told me. My eyes are strange, so they would in turn attract strange things. Then I should be prepared to take responsibility. At the very least, I should keep my promise to protect her for tonight. White. The kind you see when you wake up. That color calls some nostalgic memories to mind. A hot summer day. A blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. The scenery slowly wavers in the heat. The voice of cicadas. The sound of cicadas. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing. As if the sun is right by my side. The clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day. As if the entire world became a frying pan. Wah, ooh, wah. I don't even know. Wah, ooh, wah. Wah, ooh, wah. Oh, Akia is crying. Akia, who would have always obediently stayed close by me, is brimming forth with tears. A child lies collapsed at her feet, soaked in blood, killed. The corpse of a child about my age. A cast-off cicada shell. My two hands are red with the blood of that collapsed child. That's her.
Vicky.
The adults are coming. The fallen child is still dead. The adults are yelling. Did you kill him? That dream. A dream I had forgotten even in my dreams. I feel like I remember.
Vicky? Hey, wake up. The sun's already set.
Someone is shaking me. A somewhat unfamiliar voice and the touch of a cold hand on my shoulder. Huh? Arcuate is standing right in front of me. She's already woken up, and it's pitch black outside. I glance at the clock, and it says it's already 8. Eh?
It's not eh. I told you to wake me up when the sun went down. And you go and fall asleep.
Crap. Sorry, I was feeling out of it. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but I'm sure it was while I was staring at Arcuate's sleeping face.
Idiot. You lose your qualifications as a bodyguard like that. If the enemy had attacked while we were both sleeping, we could have both died, you know?
I said I'm sorry. Besides, you said it was safe during the daytime.
I can't say that for sure. Familiars like the one we saw this morning could have come for us.
Arcuate is angry. Well, she's got a right to be. I've got no right to talk when I, the bodyguard, dozed off while she was sleeping.
Besides, I am a vampire, you know? How can you just sleep there without feeling any danger? I don't want you to be afraid for no reason, but it'd be nice if you were at least a little tense not to sleep.
I take that back. Arkaway doesn't seem to care that I didn't do my job as a bodyguard. She just doesn't seem to like the fact that I was asleep. That I fell asleep. I can move my body a little better and wake up, only to find you sleeping there oh wait, no.
I can move my body a little better and wake up, only to find you sleeping there happily. You look so vulnerable. I was seriously starting to feel uneasy that I might not have the dignity befitting a vampire.
Well, I don't think she has much dignity. You were just as vulnerable yourself. I killed you once before, remember? You can't guarantee I won't do it again, can you? Arkaway gives a surprised look as if she only just realized it.
Now that you mention it, you're right. I wonder why I did that. I guess I just had complete confidence in you since we spoke in the alley.
Well, saying that doesn't make me feel bad for her. Okay, since you trust me so much, I'll try my best. So should I just keep watch from now on?
Yeah, until sunrise tomorrow. I can't leave the room, so be on guard if someone comes up to this floor.
Be on guard, huh? Being on guard is going to do me no good if one of those black dogs from this morning comes for us. When the music stops, I always wonder about a choice, so, Make a save. I let out a sigh. As expected, this is too heavy a roll for me. Let me ask you something. Was the black dog that attacked us this morning something your enemy sent out?
I don't think so. It was probably for surveillance. His patrol route happened to pass through where you and I were talking, and it seems my presence was revealed as a result.
Revealed? To your enemy?
That's right. If I had been in the perfect condition, it would actually save me some time. But right now, it's the opposite. If I were attacked now, I'd be the one annihilated. That's why I have to hide out like this for now until my power returns.
Arkaway's enemy. In other words, the serial killer who's been causing the stir in this town, a vampire. Arkaway, I want to ask you something. Will you answer my question?
Mind talking? But why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Yeah, I haven't asked you the most important thing yet, so what's your ultimate objective here?
Me? I'm here to hunt down the vampire. Killing vampires is my duty.
Yeah, I do remember you saying something like that before. But you're a vampire, right?
What? You still don't believe me?
Oh, don't worry, I believe you so much it hurts. I'm asking why you, a vampire, why would you, a vampire, claim to be doing something as odd as killing other vampires?
Oh? You don't like the idea of beings from the same species killing each other?
The act of killing doesn't exactly make my list of favorite things, but she is right. I'm not comfortable with the idea of vampires killing vampires. No, it's just that I can't really imagine something like that happening. Vampires drain the blood of humans, right? So they should be killing humans, not other vampires.
Drinking blood and killing are different things. Well, even so, I know what you're trying to say. You think beings from the same species should help each other out, right? But vampires can be of the same species and still be different life forms. That's why they don't really have what you humans call camaraderie.
Then you're saying something makes you different from the vampire you're hunting?
That's right. The one I'm after is a human vampire. Just like the stereotypical vampire from you humans' folklore. He kills humans by draining their blood, turning them into the dead. Then uses them to increase his power and influence. That's the sort of vampire I hunt. The one lurking in this town is that sort of old-style vampire.
That sort of vampire? It seems like there are different types. Don't tell me you want me to be your shield so you can get this guy.
That was my original intent. But after talking to you, I've changed my mind. You see, at first, I thought you were someone from the church. So I thought you might have some information about the location of the enemy, but you turned out to be a perfectly ordinary person. You didn't even know about vampires, let alone the location of the enemy's coffin.
Yeah, come to think of it, just... Oh wait, no, that's you, still.
Yeah, come to think of it, there's no way they'd send out an exorcist to the Far East secular country like this one. I guess I didn't put enough thought into this.
Arkwood thinks aloud. Your conversation derails, and I'm feeling a little left out. I don't follow you at all, Arkwood.
Hold on for a moment. Let's see. How should I explain this?
With that, Arkwood's gaze begins drifting. She doesn't seem used to holding a conversation. Don't worry about it and just explain everything about the current situation. I don't understand any of this, but I might be able to see the general gist of things.
Thanks, Shiki.
You don't have to thank me. Just keep talking. Arkwood nods obediently.
Basically, the vampire currently in this town is an old-style vampire. He himself reigns as the lord and releases the dead he made into the city. By doing so, he increases his power bit by bit. He's a typical vampire in that he drains the blood of humans, and those humans become vampires themselves. He's not very powerful right now, as he doesn't have many dead serving him. But as the victims increase, so does his power. It would be best to destroy the main body before that happens, but I haven't found where he sleeps yet. He's hidden so well right now, I can't even feel his presence. Even so, it's easy to take care of things once I find it. But I don't have any clues whatsoever, so I had no choice but to walk around town during the day to investigate. But then I suddenly got attacked by a passing killer, and now, I'm temporarily weaker than the enemy vampire.
Arkwood shoots me a cold look. I guess she wants to say something to the passing killer. Something I need to point out here about the translation. I believe the dead is usually translated these days as dead apostles. It's like a key term that might come up in other Fate media. I think it was actually mentioned in Fate Zero even, dead apostles. I see. I kind of understand the situation now. So in other words, some evil monsters are based in this town, and you're here to eliminate them. Since you didn't know where they were, you went looking for them, and that's when I killed you. So now you're weakened and hiding out while you recover. Is that about right?
To put it simply, I think so.
Then the next main topic. You casually call yourself a vampire, but I still don't really understand that term. It's obvious you're not a human, that much I can see, but I don't get the feeling that you're a vampire either.
True. I'm a little different from the type of vampire you know about.
Indeed. I hadn't considered that vampires even existed at all, let alone a vampire like you. So what makes you different? Archwood thinks.
Yet, I suppose it might be helpful to teach you a bit about us. Alright. Then the first period's lessons will be Vampires 101.
Okay, but what's with Vampires 101?
You're an amateur at this, so we've got to start with the basics, right? That's why I'm going to start teaching you from the very beginning.
Okay, whatever. Just keep it short.
Well, I'll try my best.
It really does seem like she's not used to talking. Well, we've got lots of time, so for now I guess I'll listen to Archway without complaint.
Although we're typically called vampires, we're divided into two main categories. Those who are vampires from the start, and those who become vampires. The former are called true ancestors, and the latter are called the dead apostles.
Okay, so I got that a little wrong then. So, dead apostles and the dead are two different things, I guess.
The ones you call vampires are the dead apostles.
I think the T is silent in apostles.
Apostles.
Yeah.
They drain the blood of humans and turn them into their slaves. They're weak against sunlight. You can vanquish them with a baptism ritual. Our enemy is one of these dead apostles.
It's gone from my enemy to our enemy. Well, I don't mind. She's not wrong considering the situation I'm in now. So you're saying these dead apostles are vampires from the start? What do you mean by that?
Dead apostles were once human. They've attained immortality through magic, or had their blood sucked by one of the true ancestors. Either way, the ones that become vampires become immortal, even though it's imperfect immortality.
Those who were vampires from the beginning and humans who became vampires. What is this? I get the feeling there's some kind of huge contradiction to all of this. You feel like some important fundamental is missing somewhere in this theory.
Cheeky. How much do you know about vampire folklore?
Let's see, just the usual stuff. They suck the blood of virgins, they can bind people just by looking at them, they can turn into mist and wolves. Just the usual stuff you hear about.
Yeah, that's pretty much all true. They drain the blood of virgins because one's blood cells are more pure before one has exchanged bodily fluids with others. That makes virgins most suitable for repairing the vampire's own degenerating genes. The dead apostles, the one that become vampires, have imperfect immortality. Since they became immortal, they won't die from old age. However, they need to replenish their energy frequently, or they'll disappear. All living creatures need nutrients to be able to move, right? It's the same thing. It's just that vampires don't die from age as long as they take in the nutrients. The dead apostles suck blood because they need it to stay alive. Immortality is a strain on their originally human bodies. The genes that compose their bodies are different. When they become vampires, they begin to degenerate at an incredible rate. To make up for that, they must drain the blood of others in order to absorb genetic information and stabilize their own bodies. To a vampire, drinking blood is not like eating, but it's the minimum requirement for them to continue to exist.
This sounds complex and long. I can't follow the logic, but Archway nonetheless continues speaking.
So, moving on. The ability to bind someone with just a look is a type of mystic eyes. Eyes and words are both common types of magic circuits, so there are many vampires who have mystic eyes. We usually possess the mystic eyes of enchantment. We don't enchant people by looking at them. Rather, we enchant those who look into our eyes. A powerful vampire using mystic eyes can impose his own will into the brain of another and completely dominate their thoughts. But the mystic eyes of a dead apostle doesn't have that much power. What you call turning into mist is really just making a spare body and controlling it via the will. Once the part serves its purpose, you cut the flow of magical energy to the offshoot, and naturally, it returns to dust. Wolves and other animal transformations are a byproduct of a vampire's repairing its damaged body from its familiars. For a vampire living a long time, stabilizing their bodies with normal lives is not sufficient. Humans are not fundamentally powerful animals, so it's more effective to repair one's body by absorbing beasts, as they surpass the human species in that respect. Vampires who repair their own bodies with beasts can return those beasts to their previous forms and use it as familiars when they need to.
Huh. From what I've heard, there's even a 1,000-year-old vampire whose body is made up entirely of... Oh wait, no, I think that's still her.
Heard? There's even a 1,000-year-old vampire whose body is made up entirely of familiars. They say he contains 666 beasts within his body, or something like that, anyway.
I think Arcoid's getting a little too wrapped up in her own speech. To be honest, I'm not finding this world easy to understand.
Yeah, that's about it. It's just an explanation for the very basics. But now you know what a vampire is?
Well, I suppose. The reality of Arcoid being a vampire begins to feel harder and harder to accept.
Now it's my turn. Actually, there's something important I forgot to ask you too.
What? You're not going to learn anything from me? I'm not a vampire or anything, just an ordinary student.
Then let me ask you this, Shiki. How exactly did you kill me?
Huh?
I'm asking about the method you used. I'm resistant against stuff like runes and Kabbalah, so those don't work on me. The only things I'm not resistant against is magic I've yet to experience, which is probably limited to the ancient Shinto in this country and the treasures in the South America. No, not even those could kill me that much. Answer me, Shiki. What kind of occult artifact did you use to incapacitate me to that degree?
Occult artifact? What's that?
Catalyst which stores ideas and history. Jeez, you got secret treasures in this country too, don't you? They're usually something like staffs and swords, jewels and masks, conceptual weapons that can be used against nature itself. Come on, Cheeky. Are you sure you're not someone from one of those fields?
What field? I told you, I'm just a student. I don't know anything.
That's a lie. There's no way a human who's not even magus
Magus
can hurt
is
me.
how the anime usually pronounces it.
Are you hiding something from me, Shiki?
Arcoid gives me an angry cat-like stare. But even if she looks at me like that, I'm not hiding any... Oh, wait. Actually, there is one thing. I'm not sure whether it's relevant, but... Arcoid is still staring at me. Doesn't seem like I'll be able to keep quiet about it. Just gonna make a quick save here. Alright, I'll tell you, but how should I put this? I can see these lines that could be used to cut things. Oh. She's stunned. She should be. Normally, I don't think anyone would believe a story like this.
What?
Arkwood asks in a serious tone. She's not exactly normal. I should have known she would defy my expectations in a good way. I mean, I see these lines where things can be cut. Living things, the ground, anything touchable. It's like a black line, and I can cut things clean when I let anything sharp through it. Does that mean anything to you? It's convenient to be able to cut steel with a knife and all, but it's not like I can cut it anywhere I like. I can only cut things where I can see the lines, and when I cut you, well, you can cut a girl's skin with just a knife, right? Arkwood's eyes are serious as she glances at me. Those wild eyes that I've seen only once before. A gaze that could stop my breathing.
See. I thought the mystic eyes of death perception only existed in fairy tales. But I guess there is someone who can use them. A mutated monster like you.
What? I don't think a vampire can call me a monster.
A monster is a monster. There isn't anyone, even amongst us, with mystic eyes that can see the death of things.
See the death of things? Arkwood nods in affirmation with inimical what? Gaze.
Circuit must have opened your eyes, Shiki. Were you born with eyes like that?
No. They became like this a long time ago, but I wasn't born with them.
Then you must have had at least one near-death experience at some point, right?
What? It's true. 8 years ago, I got in an accident where I almost died.
Just as I suspected. You had the latent ability, but that must have been the trigger. The mystic eyes of death perception, huh? Yes, with those, you could definitely kill even me.
With a small sigh, Arkwood's eyes returned to normal. Arkwood, do you know something about these lines?
Not to the extent you would, but I do have some information. What you see is the end of all things, the point where things die easily. To put it simply, the time of death for everything in existence. That is, death itself.
I remember now. That time. When Sensei gave me these glasses, she had told me something similar to what Arkwood said. But there's a subtle difference to what Sensei said and what Arkwood said. What I'm seeing are only lines and not something as disturbing as death. What are you saying? What I see are just the lines where things can be cut.
Telling you, those lines are the death of the object. Listen, Shiki. Everything in existence has an end. There are differences to when, but it's an end nonetheless. Death does not arrive. It is already contained within the object at its creation, and it's bound to happen someday. This is what is called the principle of
Causality.
causality. You've heard of that before, right?
As long as something has... Oh wait, no, is it still...
As long as something has an origin, it must have an end. When it will end is determined from its beginning. That's its so-called time of death. So it already exists from the beginning. It's not impossible for one to see it with their own eyes, given that they can comprehend the concept of a time of death, and they have the appropriate circuit in their brain and eyes. That's the truth behind those lines you see. This is nothing more than the general concept, but if I were to theorize, I would say that they are the weakest parts of the joints between the molecules in something, or perhaps a pre-designated switch within the genetic makeup that activates the death of the object.
Ah, but that doesn't really make sense. I can't see them. Oh, I don't.
Uh, but that doesn't really make sense. I can't see them, so I can't say for sure. But the lines aren't all you see, are they? Think there would be points more than lines.
Ah, that's right. When I first saw Arcoid, when I wasn't myself, when I took off my glasses, I could see the usual scribbles and black points where the scribbles seemed to flow from. There were. It only happened that one time, but definitely. I saw black points. There were several on your body, and the black lines flowed between them, joining up. If I had to make an analogy, I would say they were like blood vessels.
See? The lines where things die easily. And death itself, huh? I'm surprised you stayed alive up until now like this. You must have a very tranquil heart, Shiki.
Arcoid says this philosophically. In my own way, I understand what she's saying, but I don't want to believe any of it. What? There's no way that sort of thing exists, let alone me being able to see it.
Well, you are seeing it. Usually, when you cut a living being's neck, they die. This means it stops because you've cut it. Conversely, you can say that if you can't cut something's neck, it won't die. This is about me, so just consider it an exception. But in your case, you can ignore the cause. Even against that which is immune to all external effects, you can kill first. What is killed then becomes dead. It's not that it stopped because you cut it, but in your case, you stop the object, and as a result, it is cut. See? What else can I call you but a monster? You may just call them lines along which something can be cut, but those eyes are more special than those possessed by any other user of supernatural power in history. You, Shiki, have eyes that can kill anything, just like death itself.
I'm at a loss for words. If that really is what I see, just like Arcoid is saying, those black lines really are the time of death for all things, then everything around me is filled with death. So what? If it's all as you say, I should be able to kill even you.
Really? Then let's try it.
Arcoid opens the curtains. The lights are off. The only illumination is the faint moonlight coming in through the window.
Come on, it's alright. Try it seriously.
I'm gonna save.
Oh wait, could it be you can't see them with those glasses on?
Are you sure about this? I take my glasses off. Only to see the lines, of course. At the same time, the room begins to writhe with the black lines. Outside the window, the moon is white. They're difficult to see in the daytime due to strong sunlight, but under the faint moonlight, I can see the glow coming from the lines. Amidst them, the lines on Arcoid's body are very thin. If I don't concentrate, I lose sight of them altogether. Ah.
Been killed by you. I don't think you'd be able to see them. You'd be able to see any at all. But right now, you can probably see them. You see, although I have no times of death during the night, some do appear during the day. You could kill me because it was during daytime, but you can see my time of death during nighttime now, since I've used up a lot of energy to regenerate myself. In other words, I've lost my immortality. So, can you cut the lines on my body, Shiki?
Let's see. I think I probably could since the lines are there, but I don't think I could do it so briskly and without hesitation like that time before. I think it'd be hard. The lines keep fading in and out, so I probably couldn't do it unless you're sleeping.
You can't, right? That's your biggest weak point. No matter how many deaths you can see, you need to trace the lines with your own hands. No matter how weak I am right now, my athletic ability isn't so low that I'd be caught by you.
I see. Come to think of it, I can't catch agile animals. That means I can't touch their bodies. In other words, even if I can see the lines, I can't kill anything that moves. Ow. I feel a stab of pain run through my head. Looking at the lines gives me a headache, just like it did when I was a child. Put on my glasses and the world returns to normal. Arcuate is staring intently at me. What, is there something else?
You can't see the lines if you put those glasses on?
Yeah. I got them from someone a long time ago when my eyes first became like this. I'm only using the lenses now, but thanks to them I can lead a normal life.
Yes, I see. No matter how strong a mind you may have, your only choices when faced with death all the time would be to put your eyes out or go mad.
Saying that, Arcuate comes closer.
Hey, can I take a look at them?
No, these are important to me. I'm not handing them over to you.
Come on, I'm not going to break them. I'm just going to look at them.
Arcuate creeps closer. I get the feeling she wouldn't be adverse to getting them by force. Okay, I kind of want to see all the bad ends. I'm just going to quickly take a look at the flowchart to see if this leads to one. Just give me a second. I don't want to do this too often, but I have it right here, so... Alright, where is... Wait, what the... Sorry, I'm browsing the chart right now. Just making sure. I'm not even seeing this choice here. It's weird. I guess... Okay, yeah. Alright. So I guess the line's not important then. Alright, fine, but just for a little bit. Arcuate doesn't look like she's going to give up. Fine. Give them back as soon as you're done looking. I hand her my glasses. Arcuate stares intently at the glasses and looks at me with frightening eyes.
Thank you. Is the person who made these glasses in the city right now?
I don't think she is. It's been 8 years and it seems like she was only here for a week.
I see. That's good. I don't have to deal with more. Well, it's probably safer not to deal with the blue in the first place anyway.
Arcuate retreats to her thoughts. Arcuate, you know Sensei? I mean, the person who made these glasses?
I know her. A sorceress. She is one of only 4 of her kind. These glasses are truly a masterpiece. Even I can't break them.
Arkwood's face grows even more serious. Wait, you were going to break them?
What? Did I say that part out loud?
I knew it. You were going to break them after all. I retrieved the glasses from Arkwood. Jeez. You're the one who just said I couldn't stay sane without these glasses. Or do you want me to go crazy?
That's not what I meant. I just didn't like how you treasure them so much.
Hey, listen, you. Jeez. Somebody please tell me how a mind like hers works. It's true my memories of Sensei are precious to me, but more importantly, I can't live without them. If I were to see the lines 24 hours a day, I think I'd die from the headache before I went mad.
I suppose there must be a strain on your brain for being able to see death. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of reason for those eyes of yours, but this is all I can tell you for now. If we get the chance later, I'll go over it in a little more detail.
That's alright. I'm not into long stories anyway.
Is that so? Personally, I can enjoy talking to other people.
Arkwood gives a carefree laugh. It really does seem like she enjoys doing nothing more than talking. Night descends. Arkwood sits on the bed and we both stare absentmindedly at the clock. It's past 4 in the morning. About an hour until dawn. Just 1 more hour. I'm gonna make a save here. Haven't saved in a bit. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened until now, and Arkwood shows no signs of tension. We're surrounded by complete tranquility. Somehow I'm beginning to believe that tonight might just end like this.
Cheeky?
Arkwood calls me again. What? I don't have anything else to talk about.
Really? But it's such a waste not to talk, now that we're in a situation like that.
Listen, how many hours do you think I've had to put up with your nonsense talking? 6 hours. That's making me more tired than keeping watch. Arkwood gives me a dissatisfied glare. That's right. For some reason, Arkwood has been talking to me for 6 hours straight. I told her she should sleep if she was feeling weak, but she replied with, "It's more fun to talk." So in the end, we ended up facing each other and talking the whole time. I just don't know what she's thinking. What the hell's that noise? Oh, okay. To top things off, I'm hungry. Come to think of it, my last meal was breakfast, so I haven't eaten anything for a whole day.
Why don't you eat something if you're hungry? We're in a fancy hotel, after all, so you can call room service.
That's okay. I'd lose my sense of tension if I filled my stomach now. More importantly, shouldn't we be getting something to eat? Or should you be getting something to eat? You're weakened, but you aren't sleeping, so you should at least get something to eat.
If you're not going to eat, then neither am I. Normal food is meaningful in its own way, but it's boring to eat by myself.
Normal food? There's nothing normal or special about... Ah, wait. Arkwood is a vampire. I suppose to her food would mean drinking someone's blood. Or is there? I guess being a vampire, you wouldn't usually consume much except blood. She doesn't look like it, but Arkwood is a vampire. She says vampires need the blood of humans to survive. Then, just how many people has she drained blood from, and how many people has she killed before? Sneak a quick glance at her face. I can't imagine. Even though I know she's a vampire, for some reason, I can't imagine her sucking anyone's blood.
What? Is there something on my face?
She meets my gaze, and I quickly look away. Arkaway continues to stare at me, then gives me a laugh of comprehension.
You curious?
About what?
About how many people I've sucked blood from?
Irk. She's completely read my mind. Arkaway's smile grows even wider, and I don't like it. Well, of course I'm curious. I am helping you, so if I don't know, I won't have any idea about when you might have a change of heart and try to attack me. That would really be a problem.
I see,
Arkaway says. Well then, here's a... Oh, I think it's her.
Well then, here's a question. How many people's blood have I sucked so far?
She bounces slightly up from the bed and walks to the window. How many people? That's... Arkaway gives a cheerful smile and silently looks in my direction with an air of delight. Damn it, it's obvious that she's trying to provoke me. Fine. I'll answer. Let's see, it has to be... Sounds like a choice. Nope. Okay. In the hundreds?
Sorry, you're off.
Then in the thousands?
Nope, that's wrong too.
Arkaway laughs like it's so funny. Somehow this feels really frustrating. Damn. Then, well, I doubt it's the case, but in the tens?
That's wrong too. Oh really? Tens, hundreds, thousands. Do you really see me as that sort of person? That's so mean. That would make me indiscriminate.
Am I wrong? Vampires are indiscriminate, aren't they? Even humans get hungry merely by being alive. And what does it matter when it's a matter of life and death for you, you wouldn't be picky either.
Yeah, that's true, but I haven't tasted blood these last 800 years. Nor have I ever killed an ordinary human.
Eh? Wait, is that true?
It's the truth. After all, I'm afraid of sucking blood.
Huh? Afraid of sucking blood? You've got to be kidding, right? A vampire that's afraid of sucking blood? Why?
I suppose I'm a coward. That's why I'm a failure as a vampire.
Arkaway grumbles as she looks up at the night sky from the window. She stays like that for a long time, continuing to look up at the sky. Her white back looks vague, hazed over, as if she was merely an illusion. I see. A failure. I whisper, and feel relieved. Somehow that makes me happy. Of course, it's only natural to be relieved. Because now I know the person that's standing before me isn't some kind of vicious, evil being. For now, if I were to believe what she says, I won't just be killed by her at random. So, I'm safe. I'm safe, but I feel like that's not the only reason I'm relieved. Damn it, what's wrong with me? Being relieved over something like this, how can I be happy over something like Arkaway being a failure? Suddenly, I feel a faint dizziness.
Kiki? What's wrong? You're sweating an awful lot.
No, it's just this twinge of pain in my head. I realized something with a shock as I reply to Arkaway. The window behind Arkaway. Beyond the glass, within the city streets, still sunken in the darkness of night. A blue crow is looking in my direction. I could do no more than stare at the dim figure through the window. Arkaway turns towards the window too.
Oh gosh, what is that?
I'd like to buy a vowel. Okay, so
Officer?
I actually happen to know this through like other media. That name is actually pronounced Nero. I don't know why it's Nero, but it
Are you
is.
serious?
Yeah.
Nero?
Indeed. I have finally found you, princess of the true ancestors. From somewhere, a force of will flows into the room. Arkwid's eyes are full of enmity. Outside the window, the crow gives a loud, high-pitched scream. This is it. I am heading there right now. The blue crow flies off. All that remains is the dark of night and the white moon. Suddenly, boom! With a heavy noise, the room shakes violently. No, to be more precise, the entire hotel shook from that impact. What the hell? I get up from the bed. Arkwid is silent, biting her lip with a vexed expression. Arkwid, that's shaking just now. She doesn't answer. Say something. That wasn't an earthquake, was it? If I had to guess, I felt more like someone had driven a large dump truck into the hotel lobby at full speed. It was that kind of impact. Arkwid. She doesn't answer. If I listen closely, I can hear noises from downstairs. Arkwid's face is grave. She said she was powerless right now. Sensing a choice. That's probably why she's not saying anything. Only time passes by. 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes after the impact, but the hotel is awfully quiet. Arkwid remains silent and still, just biting her lip as if withstanding something. I can see a trail of red blood slowly flowing from her lip. Arkwid. Is she worried? Frustrated? She remains still, almost as if she's embracing herself, bearing with something. She said she wouldn't leave the room. Then, what am I here for? Let's stay inside the room. As long as Arkwid is unable to move, blindly going outside would be dangerous. Gripping the knife with one hand, I hold my breath. Arkwid is silent too. She looks like she's being careful of what's around her. The floor below is being noisy. Perhaps the shock woke up the guests and maybe they're complaining to the hotel people. It's still 4 in the morning, but even so, the noise is as loud as that of a festival. Even that falls silent a few minutes later. The noise disappears. Sickening silence. Oh, I got someone questioned in the chat. Well, we do all the routes or just Arkwid? I think we'll be doing all of them. The lights go out. At the same time, the sound of countless things hitting the door.
Are you prepared, Shiki?
Arkwid whispers in the dark. Prepared? For what? I don't even have to ask her. If remaining in here was a mistake, then that question was also a mistake. I turned towards the door at the sound of it breaking. No sound escapes from my mouth. As I turn around, bright white teeth fill my vision. Like a giant maw capable of consuming me whole. Somehow I'm able to calmly tell it's the jaws of a shark. Fresh blood spills everywhere. With a thump, what remains of my body falls to the floor. What falls is my head. Everything below my face has been consumed in one bite. Is the last scene I ever see. That is the last scene I ever see. Okay, I wasn't expecting a shark attack.
Reese XP or Reese XP's husband?
Teach me, CL Sensei.
Bonjour! This corner is for the unlucky Tono-kun, who easily ended up in a dead end again. It is time for Teach Me, Ciel-sensei. Now, we will start second period. This time, we will present the first Shakes and Shivers Animal Land from the series that gives detailed observation of wild animals. Sensei, I have a question before that. That name sounds really stupid. In Japanese, you can read your name as Xiao. Question denied. Now then, Tono-kun. I think it's good to be prudent, but this time, it seems to have backfired. Basically, you are a hero, so a little recklessness will be forgiven. It'll be forgiven, but in a case with an absurd animal like a shark, I guess you couldn't do much. You'll just have to abandon Arkwood this time around. Hey! I don't want to hear that from Shiel. Abandon her. Yeah! No violence! Anyhow, please prepare yourself to explore the hotel alone. Inside, you'll find a whole animal kingdom. As a representative of primates, let's show the beast what we've got.
Yeah, I think from now on I might just follow the flow chart to make sure we hit all the bad endings, because these are funny. Let me see when the next one is before we go too far. It seems like there's a conditional requirement for the next one. Oh well. I should go check out what's happening outside. Alright. I've decided what to do from the very beginning. Taking the knife out of my pocket, I walk up to the door. I'm going to go check things out. Don't leave this room until I come back. Step out into the hallway, shaking off Arkwood's look that she wants to say something. No one is in the hallway. I couldn't hear from inside, but the hallway is noisy. It's not like this floor is... It's not that this floor is noisy. Rather, the noise is coming from beneath my feet. There's some kind of ruckus on the floor below. I can hear the noise of many people talking. I suppose the impact just woke up both the guests and they're complaining to the hotel. Doesn't look strange so far. I walk down the hallway. The noise from downstairs is like the sound of ocean waves. Noisy, and yet so very solitary and inactive. My fingers gripping the knife feel numb. A chill runs over the back of my neck. There's something near my temple. Pain emerges from the back of my eyes. And during it, I walk down the hallway. It hurts. My eyes hurt. My head grows heavy, and I feel a drifting sensation like I'm about to collapse right here. Yeah, I know what this is. Without a doubt, this is the feeling I get right before I collapse from anemia. It hurts. It hurts. Unable to withstand it any longer, I remove my glasses. I can see the elevator. A long hallway. Must be more than 10 meters from here to the elevator. And then, with a ding-dong, the elevator comes up to the 11th floor. I can see the lines on the elevator door. No, they're too dense. They look almost pitch black. The door opens. A small steel box opens. Inside that box, crammed to the point of overflowing, is human flesh. Inside that sealed box called an elevator, the red meat of humans is grounded, pushed in. Inside, two black dogs are voraciously feasting away on something. What? I stop breathing. Like my brain, which just froze, my lungs stop as well. I can't breathe. But that isn't important. My vision turns crimson. With a bubbling sound, blood pours out of the elevator. Amidst the ocean of blood, people, arms, feet, bones, brains, fingers, organs, and other parts. Two black dogs are the only form of life. My very instincts refuse to take in this scene. Down the hallway, two black dogs are picking at the human corpses. If I listen carefully, I can still hear sounds coming from downstairs. If I listen carefully, they are the sounds of gorging, the chewing of meat, cries for help, and the death screams of people which can't even be called words anymore. What is this? Well, there's no way I can see it. Before my eyes is the image of dozens of beasts eating the people in the hotel alive. A man running down the hallway, trying to escape. But the panther-like claws descending from the ceiling slice him open from his nose to the back of his head. A girl locking herself up in a room and crying. But to the lions, the door is no stronger than paper, and within seconds they demolish it into an unrecognizable shape. Striving madly to be the first ones there, people dashing for the elevator. But within it, the black dogs waiting inside to decapitate them the instant the door opens. At any rate, there is no exception. Beneath my feet, within the huge box called Hotel, is a scene from hell I can feel down to my very bones. Gah! I feel like throwing up. But I can't do that. If I just stand around and do that, I'll be part of the Red Sea. Ha ha. Ha. Ah. Ha. I resume my breathing. I grip my teeth hard. The dogs inside the elevator notice me. All sounds from below have ceased. Ha. In other words, there is no longer anyone alive. Grr. Two black dogs begin to run. Of course, towards me, the last prey. Ha. The black dog is coming for me. On their bodies, I can see an infinite number of lines, and on their foreheads, the point of death. I'm gonna save here. But even so, my paralyzed mind does not order my body to fight or turn. The first black dog leaps. Its speed belies all human comparison. It doesn't even take 2 seconds to cover the 10 meters down the hallway. They open their mouths filled with fangs so many times sharper than the knife I have, and they are aimed straight at my throat, accurate and fast. The instant I realize they are drawing upon me, the fangs bite into my throat with a crunch. I die. But that's not right. I can't be killed by something like this and refuse to die. The deaths of others would not cause me to hesitate. A hot summer's day. It happened long ago, 8 years ago. I've seen something even more terrible. Thrust. I thrust my knife into the forehead of the black dog biting into my neck. My arm moved just before the black dog ripped through my throat. It was done so perfectly, even for myself. Like a machine whose sole function is to cut, I plunged the knife into the dog's forehead without any useless and wasted movement. Because that is where the first dog's point was. Normally, even if the brain is destroyed, the muscles try to execute commands they have received from the brain. The black dog would have probably ripped through my throat even if I had simply pierced its head. Well, normally that would happen. The black dog is dead. Death is a complete stoppage. At the point when I killed it, it lost every form of validity. The first dog falls onto the ground. In its place, the second dog is flying straight at my face. I thrust the knife right into its open mouth, but that was a mistake. This dog's point is not on its face, but on its chest. Just stabbing it in the mouth will not kill it. The knife pierces through the dog's mouth and into the back of his head. Naturally, the hand holding the knife still remains in the dog's mouth. The black dog is still alive. Its jaw shuts. The joint between my arm and the hand holding the knife is bitten and about to be ripped apart. Proper thought returns with the pain. You have to be kidding me. It's as if I'm just letting him chew through my arm by stabbing him in the mouth. Why you? I try to pull my arm out. The dog's teeth are deep in my arm. It doesn't seem like I can pull it off. More importantly, this black dog, despite having been pierced in the head, is still filled with life. Even though I lift it after piercing its head, it shakes and lands on top of me. Gut. I fall onto the floor. I still can't pull my arm out. The black dog, still pierced in the head, applies more power to its bite. My arm is surely going to be torn off. I can't believe this. No dog ought to be able to bite anything in that state. I feel something wet. I can see blood spilling from the black dog's mouth. Is it the black dog's blood leaking from its knife wound to the head? Or is the blood coming from my arm, about to be torn off? To be honest, my head is too messed up to be feeling the pain, so it isn't a big deal which one it is. Let go! I try to wrestle away from the black dog, but it is firmly attached to my arm. I can't escape. I can't run away. If I want to escape, I have no choice but to kill it. But how? The hand it's biting off is holding the knife. I'm on the ground, so even supposing I did pull my hand out, the very next instant the black dog's mouth will be free to bite through my throat. It's okay. Calm down, Shiki. First, you've got to examine the situation well, and then think calmly about it. That's the kind of thinking you've always kept. In this case, I could do something. For example, there's plenty of lines on the back of its head, and I could see the black point on its chest. The way to survive is... the way to survive is awfully simple. But I have my doubts about executing this plan. No matter how savage and evil a creature it is, to do something like kill a panting and grasping creature that's so alive, this close to me, it's something I'm hesitant to do. Gut. Pressure on my arm increases. My entire arm is shortly going to be ripped off at this rate. But even so, I just can't seem to do something so cruel. The red blood drips onto my face. Going down my forehead, it drips into my eyes. Crimson darkness soaks into the back of my eyes. Red. My consciousness sways, and then it is. But even so, I can't bring myself to kill a living creature. What hypocrisy. You've killed something much bigger than a mere dog. Yes, that's right. But that time was different. I wasn't sane when it was Arcoid. Even when I killed the other black dog just a moment ago, that was unrelated to my will. But right now, this is very much my own will. Didn't Sensei say, Shiki? Use this power according to your own will and no one else's. That's why, as myself right now, I could never take a life for granted. That too was hypocrisy. Because long ago, you... that is a nightmare from my childhood. See, what are you waiting for? It was a hot summer's day. Kill or be killed. Before my eyes, the blood-soaked shadow of a boy. You've already... Hot hot red blood on my hands. Haven't you killed someone once before? Ah! I thrust. I don't pull, but rather thrust deeper into the black dog's head. I can hear its yelping right in front of me. I think the black dog is crying out. With my arm in its mouth, I could not properly cry. It could not properly cry, but it's crying anyway. I'm sure that's how much it must hurt. I don't care. Plunge the knife right into my arm. Without a sound, the blade of a knife punctures the back of the black dog's head. It's as if the dog has grown a horn. Having split the skull, I easily slash through its skin. Blood and brains spray out as the knife completely emerges from the back of the head. Also, the hand gripping the knife travels completely through. But even so, the black dog is still alive. There's only one thing I have to do. I reach around with my other hand. Peeling the knife from my blood-drenched fingers, I grip the knife with my free hand. And just like that, I thrust into the point of the black dog's chest. And with that, the black dog dies. The strength drains from its jaws, and I easily pull my arm back out. Oh, it wasn't torn off at all. Look at my blood-covered arm. There are many teeth marks, but the flesh is almost free of wounds. The blood must have been from the black dog when I impaled it through the head. The pain from when I was being bitten was really quite trivial, but my fear must have amplified it many times over. Lying there on the ground, I look up at the ceiling. My head hurts. The world becomes a patchwork. Here and there I can see the black points of death. My body is freezing, but my mind is burning feverishly. Right beside me lay the corpse of the two black dogs. One of my arms is covered in blood. The other clutches a red knife. Also, there are quite an uncountable number of dead bodies downstairs. Ha 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 ha. All I can do is laugh, because this isn't real. There's no way this can be real. At what point did I, with my eyes wide open, start seeing a nightmare? Ding dong. A terribly out of place, cheerful sound rings out. Damn it, what's with this headache? I stand up, enduring the razor-like pain in my head. Elevator? It seems the sound of the other elevator coming up. The door opens. Inside stands a man wearing a black coat. The headache worsens. He's gonna make another save here.
So where's our Sharky?
Yeah. I guess he only sent the dogs that way. Yes, I've seen him before. I'm sure I've seen that man before. Silently, he walks towards me. You. I ready my knife as I glare at him. But he doesn't react at all as he walks towards me. It's as if he doesn't notice me at all. The distance between us shrinks just a little more when there is barely 1 meter between us, and the man finally seems to notice me. Those bloodshot eyes. The instant I see those eyes, which no human should possess, I lose all freedom to move my body. I thought I killed everyone, but it seems like there's still someone left. The man turns and looks at the corpses of the two black dogs. You pieces of filth. If you can't even take care of a scrap of meat, you're unworthy to be part of my body. The man voices his displeasure as he raises his hand. His coat lifts like a mantle, broken. With a splash, the black dog's remains liquefy and disappear into the man's coat. I can't even scream. Below the man's coat is pure darkness without even the traces of an outline. All that exists there is a mud-like darkness. This is dangerous. This guy is just too dangerous. My instinct sounds the alarm wildly in my head, but I can't even lift a finger. The man in the black coat approaches me. It's not good if I just stay here. I want to make sure my save is as close to the choice as possible, so... The unstopping headache grows to an unbearable level, telling me this place is dangerous. Whatever that means, if I don't get out of here soon, I'm going to lose my life. But it's too late. The man is right before me. Those eyes aren't looking at me at all. Feed. He raises one of his arms. Below it lies a chaotic darkness. From there, something huge appears. Whomp. The sound of wind. That which has appeared from below the man's coat is a crocodile's mouth, easily large enough to swallow a man whole. Ah, I'm going to die. Right here, in an instant, crunched up like a ball of paper. Just as I was convinced of this, someone pulls me back. Clop. What? I can't believe it. Instead of me, the jaws of the crocodile clamp onto the stomach of Arcoid, who just pulled me out of the way. Arcoid's face contorts in agony. She draws back before she is completely devoured by the crocodile's maw. The man silently watches Arcoid. Arcoid glares back at him with a pained expression, her midsection stained in red.
I can't believe a vampire named Chaos would play such trivial games. It's like a poorly scripted nightmare. Nero Chaos.
I feel the same way. To catch one of the surviving true ancestors, I never dreamed I would be part of such a foolish festival. This is a nightmare for me, too. The man called Nero quietly lowers his arm. Or position, and the crocodile's mouth disappears underneath. The man looks only at Arcoid. It's as if he's not concerned at all about me, standing behind her with my knife raised. But what is going on? I have heard that the previous executor could not even scratch you. What kind of mistake is this? Right now, your presence is exceedingly weak. Even weaker than a mere member of the dead. Were you attacked by the church before I arrived, Arcoid Brunstad? Arcoid says nothing. The man fixes his motionless stare on her. I don't understand. There are only a limited number of conceptual weapons capable of harming you. The only people in possession of those are the church's assassins, and I don't think the burial agency would dispatch anyone this far east. The man narrows his eyes slightly as he turns around. Either way, this is most fortunate for me. I shall not ask why you have been weakened. All I am going to do is claim your head while I have a chance of winning. I hold up my knife, preparing for his attack, but having openly stated he was going to take her head, the man now disappears towards the elevator. It seems despite this claim, the man in the black coat is now leaving the hallway for the elevator. Huh? Now I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. About the man, the two dogs who attacked me, the nightmare-like reality of the attack in the hotel, none of it.
Key.
Arcoid leans on me. It's a terrible wound. Though her stomach stops bleeding, her face is scrunched up in pain. It happened mere seconds ago. The wound she got from protecting me from that man. Why did you... Wait, who's talking?
Yeah. I underestimated him slightly. I thought I could help you and then dodge him, but you did really well, Shiki. I guess the one I got from you wasn't so trifling after all.
Arkwood's face, twisted in pain, turns into a small, joking smile. I can't watch her any longer. The wound she got for protecting me, and the reason she got it was because of me too. There is no place for that stupid smile of hers. Arkwood leads on to me lightly and closes her eyes. Hold on, don't close your eyes, you idiot. Get a hold of yourself. You're a vampire who can't die at night, right?
True. But it seems like I'm at my limit.
What?
Sorry, but could you take me back to my room?
Arkwood's weight falls on me. Hold on. If she dies, Hey! I call out to Arkwood, who has quietly closed her eyes. And then I can hear her rapidly breathing in her sleep. I shouldn't have bothered worrying. Arkwood is only sleeping. Telling me to take her back to her room like that. How selfish of her. It really was selfish of her, but there's no helping it in this situation. Besides, if we stay here in the hotel any longer, I have a feeling we'll be in a lot of trouble. The headache won't stop. I guess I have to rest too, or I'll faint. Arkwood's room? Oh, that place. I've only been there once, but I definitely remember it. In that case, there's no point in staying here any longer. Carrying Arkwood, I decide to quickly leave the hotel. The city is slightly lit up. Fortunately, it's too early in the morning for anyone to be awake, so I get to Arkwood's room without being seen. I see, that's how it is. Then I finally realized why that man left. The streets are beginning to become covered with a faint orange light. I guess dawn is breaking already. Oh. 4. The Black Beast 2. 4th day, October 24th, Sunday. Arkwood's room isn't what you would expect for a vampire. Back then, I was only worried about Arkwood, so I didn't really notice it, but looking at it now, her room is completely ordinary. That bench thing at the foot of the bed, I think, I think my grandma had one of those. Looks just like that. She even has a newspaper subscription. What's that all about? I grumble as I put the sleeping Arkwood on her bed. What? I take a deep breath and sit on the floor. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. The sky outside the window is brightening, but heavily laden with clouds. Right. I should close the curtains. I spur my tired body to stand up. I close the curtains and sit back down again. Thud. As I lower myself, the strength drains from my knees and I collapsed on the floor. Man, it seems like I'm exhausted too. It's pitiful, but I can't even stand. Come to think of it, I spent all last night talking with Arkwood and I didn't eat for more than a day. In addition, even though I put my glasses on, I still have a headache. My brain is ringing with this headache. Arkwood, I wonder if her wound is alright. Her bleeding has stopped and she is someone who regenerates right after being sliced apart, so maybe I don't have to worry. I wonder why. Right now I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted I could collapse. Yet I'm more worried about Arkwood than myself. Investigators believe the cause of Takada Yoichi's motorcycle accident was a malfunction in the brake pedal, which occurred while he was descending a steep hill. Fortunately, no one was killed in the accident. I wake up to a man's generic, uninflected voice. Did I fall asleep? When I come to, I find myself lying on the floor under a sheet. It's about past noon. Arcoid is no longer on the bed, and uninteresting news fills the room from the television. Where did Arcoid go? And I sense someone in the kitchen. That idiot moving around with such a wound. I get out from under the sheet and stand up. I have to go to the kitchen and check up on her wound. Next on the news, a massive number of people went missing in the early morning hours at a hotel in southern Minamiyashi. That's a lot of syllables. Yashirogi City. I stop dead in my tracks. My eyes become glued to the newscaster on the television set. 103 people staying at the hotel are still unaccounted for. Furthermore, bloodstains can be seen within the hotel, and the police are beginning to suspect that they were involved in some kind of crime. What are you saying? Bloodstains? It wasn't something that small and cute. The newscaster reads off the script with a disinterested tone. The screen switches to the scene of the hotel I stayed at earlier, and then lists the names of the 103 missing people. Of course, neither mine nor Arquid's names are on the list. Furthermore, a large amount of wild animal hair was found within the hotel. It is presumed that the hair is connected with the suspect in some way. Some of the confirmed hair samples appear to be from a large breed of dog, wolves, and there was also evidence of a bear. There were numerous different hair samples found on the scene. Ridiculously, what appeared to be shark bites were also reported from the scene.
Here's a shark.
Click. Switch off the television set. 100 people. About 100 people back then. In just half an hour, they were all brutally killed. Bloodstains? Unaccounted for? How can you say that when you have that much information? I understand completely. Everyone staying in the hotel was killed by those incomprehensible beasts and devoured without a trace. Ugh. I resist the urge to throw up. I can't allow myself to vomit when I recall each and every event which occurred last night. Such a petty sympathy would send me lower than a filthy pig. For me, the only one who escaped death in that hotel, I won't allow anything else other than hatred for the one behind it all. 100 people. 100 people killed without even leaving their bodies behind, only blood. The face of the man in the black coat surfaces in my memory. I don't know who he is, but it is no mistake to think he's behind everything that happened. Is my heart still numb? Right now, hatred wins out over fear and disgust. Or maybe even the feelings whirling inside my chest are just another kind of fear. That's just ridiculous. I grit my teeth. I don't know if it is regret or fear, or maybe an unpleasant revulsion. But just recalling the face of the man in the black coat makes me want to break something, and it irritates me.
You're awake, Shiki?
Arcoid pokes her head out of the kitchen. Oh.
What is it? Making such a scary face. Did something happen?
Arcoid speaks lightly, as if nothing happened at all. The feelings which were welling forth inside me until now just disappear. Arcoid, is your wound okay?
Yeah, for now.
She laughs confidently. She seems exactly like before, probably better than I am. Oh, then that's good. At least the person near me is safe. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute. Or is it
Okay.
you?
Yeah. Arcoid isn't human. We're getting such an important thing. I'm really spaced out. Anyway, I'm happy your wound isn't serious.
Oh? What's wrong, Shiki? And just a little earlier, you were calling me a monster.
Idiot, I still think you are. But that's something else. I just wanted to thank you for helping me.
Eh? I helped you, Shiki?
Arcoid's eyes widened in surprise. It seems she wasn't even aware of it. Yeah, you helped me. So it's a little late, but thanks for protecting me. If you hadn't pulled me out of the way, I would have joined that list of 103 names.
Thanks. It wasn't really anything. I'm the reason you met Nero. So you don't have to feel like I owe you. Like you owe me.
Maybe, but the truth is that you saved me. Since you did, I wanted to thank you. But if... Oh. That's
If I
her.
didn't make you watch over me, you never would have been involved in all that. I'm the one messing up your everyday life. So wouldn't it be more appropriate for you to hate me rather than be indebted to me?
Well, certainly I do think you're a big bother. But you know, in the end, I think I have to take responsibility for my actions. A long, long time ago, someone taught me this. She said, whatever happens around me, I have to stick with things I started to the very end. Well, it seems quite natural. I am a supporter of that idea. Which is why I don't hate Arcoid. I just feel like I'm involved in something pretty bothersome.
Oh. Now that you mention it, I did say I needed a shield because you killed me. So I guess I don't have to apologize for involving you in such things.
Right. The situation I'm in is my own fault.
Your fault, huh? I think you have bad luck, Shiki. If only you killed some other girl than me, things never would have ended up like this.
Hey. In the first place, you can't just assume I would kill someone other than you, Arcoid. I've only felt like that and stalked and killed only once. Only Arcoid. Or was to think she would be the only one.
Did you remember something you forgot?
No, that's not it. I never really thought about it before, but I just wondered why I wanted to kill you. Arcoid frowns as she looks down at me. Well, it's a natural reaction. I, the one who killed Arcoid, is saying that he doesn't know why he killed her.
There's no reason at all, right? Because you're just a born killer, Shiki.
Eh? Hold on. What did this woman just say about me?
You seemed really used to it when you attacked me. You rang the doorbell, put your hand through the door as it opened, and entered. While I was still off guard with surprise, you killed me with your first strike. And just finished off by slicing me to pieces. Yeah, your surprise attack was perfect. How perfect was it? A painting of you from that time would have been an unparalleled masterpiece. That's how perfect it was. But no matter how superb killer, no matter how excellent your technique, the victim this time was a poor choice. I don't know how many people you've killed until now, but I think it was time for you to be caught. Well, you chose me as your prey.
The oh.
The? What's with that scary face all of a sudden? If you want to say something, it's better to just say it. We've never held anything back between us, right?
That may be true, and not motioned her to come near me with my hand.
Hmm? A secret?
Arcuate approaches excitedly. I bring my mouth close to her ear and clearly state what I wanted to say. You know, Arcuate.
Yeah, what?
Okay, ready? Haven't saved in a while. I don't know. That's not it at all, you idiot. Idiot. Yet, my shout echoes throughout the room. I strike her eardrums with full power, not holding back one bit.
Oh, owie.
Arcuate exaggeratedly covers her ears.
I'm ticked off now. What are you doing all of a sudden, Shiki?
I'm the one who should be angry. I was wondering why you were asking me all those impossible things, but now I understand.
Eh? Understand what?
About you asking me to be a shield against the monster and watching over you because you think I'm some crazed killer. Geez, you're unbelievably mistaken. You thought so highly of me because of that. Look, I'll tell you right now. I'm no killer or homicidal maniac. You were the first person I killed. Arcuate's mouth hangs open. Damn it, she really does seem totally surprised.
No way. It was your first time, yet you were that skilled?
Yeah. Certainly I do have the strange eyes, but I still lived an honest life. I never even thought once of using these lines to kill people.
But then, why did you kill me? You never even saw me before.
I don't know why either. I just became so fixated when I saw you on the street. When I came to, I had already sliced you into pieces. In this room. Without reason, without purpose.
You see.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I see. I don't have any right to be angry at Arcuate. Even if she's alive right now and isn't human. The truth is, I killed her with my own hands.
Quiet again. What do you mean, Shiki?
I'm sorry. I have to apologize. Why did I conveniently forget such an important thing? Sorry. I'm sorry, Arcuate. Tonoshiki killed you. More than anything else, I should have apologized for that from the very beginning. There really is something wrong with me. It's only natural she mistook me for a killer. Because I don't even understand that impulse myself. So maybe Tonoshiki might be a real killer. The reality is, I killed you. So, I have to accept my sin and punishment. A killer like me can't mix in with the rest of society. Not realizing such an important thing until now is just too cowardly. No matter what Arcuate is, I am someone who kills for no reason.
I see. Then you really don't understand why yourself, Shiki.
I nod silently.
Then you didn't feel any enjoyment either?
Yes, certainly there are those...
Yes, certainly there are those killers from whom killing is like breathing. But you really are normal, Shiki.
That's right. At least I try to be.
No, you are incredibly normal. Then I was the only one you wanted to kill?
Yeah. Other than you, I never felt like that before.
I see. Then there's no problem. You're not a killer, Shiki.
She says this lightly, almost dismissively. I don't think you have... Oh.
I don't think you have to receive any punishment. My chance, I was the one you wanted to kill, and worse, you were equipped with this unparalleled killing technique. But luckily, I am a vampire, so no one died, right? So you don't need to be troubled so much. I don't think you have to worry about those morals of human society.
I know, but still, I killed someone. A dangerous person like me can't be allowed loose.
It doesn't matter. Right now, the only ones who can condemn you are me, the victim, you yourself.
That may be so, but it doesn't change the fact that I killed you. Oops, what the? Oh. Okay, apparently the mouse wheel goes, it's the backlog. Right. Even if there is no punishment, the sun will never disappear.
Of course. Even now, I still resent it. So it'd be troubling if you just forgot. But you know, Shiki, if you feel that way and will always regret it, then I don't think there'll be a problem.
But that's just sugarcoating it.
Nikki, there really are people who will not sell their souls to the devil, even if they hated the world. Like, someone so honest they could apologize to a vampire. So I think it's alright. No matter what people say, and no matter how much you say that you're not, you can still stay in the world you want to live in.
What? I'm speechless. How can you smile and say that to a person who killed you? Arcuade.
Come on, we have a much more troublesome problem to worry about. Now that you're up, Shiki, I want to talk about now on.
As she speaks, Arcuade collapses on the floor. Arcuade? I rush over to her. Sweat glistens on her forehead as she is breathing painfully. Oh man, it seems I still can't do much. I look down. Her white top is soaked red near her stomach. That wound. And this? Oh.
The effects of your attack are still lingering, and I can't even heal my wounds.
I
I
close
closed
off
off the wound at least. But it seems it didn't work too well.
Her tone is very cheerful, but I notice it has a hint of pain. Close off the wound. With what, Arcuade?
That.
Arcuade points to something on the floor. It's brown. At first glance, it looks like a donut or about kuchen, but it just turns out to be a roll of packing tape. You idiot! Who the hell uses packing tape to close off a wound?
You shouldn't call people idiots all the time. I really might start thinking I am one after a while.
Shut up and let me see your wound. I reach out for her clothes, but she runs away by rolling across the floor. Don't be ridiculous. What are you going to do if it opens up again?
And just leave it alone. You should stop acting stupid too.
Trying to rip
Trying
off
to
a...
rip girls' clothes like this. You're worse than Nero.
Look, I don't see you as a human, so guy or girl, it doesn't matter. Calm down, okay? If you die from an injury, you got protected me. I'll be feeling guilty about it forever. Arcuade looks at me in displeasure, and this time rolls towards me. Arcuade closes her mouth tightly. It seems she's a bit sulky, but I guess it's okay to look at the wound. Oh, they actually drew that. Lift up her skirt and expose her stomach. Packing tape is wrapped all around her. It really is badly done, and taking a good look, I can see blood seeping through. I'm disgusted. More than that, I'm pissed off. I lower her shirt back and pick Arcuade up.
What are you doing, Shiki?
I'm putting you to bed. I'd take you to the hospital, but it's not like I can do that. As carefully as possible, I place her on the bed. Look, until I come back, don't move around. If you walk around like before, I'll just forget all about you, so be prepared for consequences. Look around the room. As I thought, there's nothing like a first aid kit around at all. Arkwood, you said you were rich.
Money's not a concern for me. But what about it?
Hand it over. I'm going to buy some things I'll need to treat you. I don't know if it will work on you, but I have to treat you the same way I would treat an injured person.
Fine, but it might be useless.
Even if it's useless, I'll do it. I can't leave it alone like that.
I see. My body is made the same way as yours, so it might have some meaning.
Hurry up and give me the money. Just be quiet and stay there. Oh, but don't sleep. You can lie around, but stay up.
What? Shiki, that's a really absurd order.
It's absurd, but do it. I've heard your bodily functions weaken when you sleep. I think if you sleep with open wounds, your immune system will get weak and your wound will get even worse. Sleeping will only help your tiredness, not heal your wound. So for now, at least don't sleep until I get back.
Really? Okay, I'll do that, Shiki.
Arkwood smiles happily. As expected, Arkwood's thought process is completely a mystery. Why are you smiling?
Because you're so reliable, Shiki.
I say nothing and hold out my hand. Arkwood pulls her wallet out of her skirt and hands it to me. I'll be right back. I turn away from Arkwood and head out of the room.
Okay, what bird has pockets?
Yeah. As I go outside, I notice something in the kitchen. Food. On the table is something less than a meal and more like food. Something less like food and more like ingredients, you might say. It's something which appears edible. I guess this is why she was in the kitchen. Idiot. Arkwood said she doesn't eat regular food, so they don't even have to think who this food was for. Damn it, what's with her? I'm getting very irritated. I'm getting so irritated, I decide to hurry up and get something to treat her as fast as possible. Although I say first aid, the only thing which comes to mind are things like restraining bandages or painkillers. But it's still better than nothing. Even if it's a small thing, if it's something, then it's not zero. Believing that, I buy whatever I can think of.
It tickles.
I ignore Arkwood's voice and fasten the gauze as carefully as I can. The wound on her stomach wasn't really large. Arkwood said herself most of it is healed on the outside. But there are still 4 golf ball sized black holes from the fangs of the crocodile. It might actually be bad for a wound this big, but considering the possible infection, I apply some disinfectant. I put gauze over the wound after that and carefully wrap it around in bandages.
Quit it. You're too good.
Arkwood is laughing cheerfully. I ignore her and pin off her bandages. In order to stop the blood flow, I press a little to tighten the bandages around the wound.
Oh, sheesh. I'm taking points off for that one, Shiki.
Whew. For now, I've done all I can. Well then, at least I made it look good, but how is it? Can you move around? Move alright, Arkwood?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it will get in the way. My insides are still pretty messed up, so I can't move fully anyway.
I see. Well, the rest is up to you. My specialty is slicing apart, not healing. I step away from Archway and sit against the wall. You can sleep now. Sleep will bring your strength back and you'll heal soon, right? Hello there, Kodakazu. We finished the hotel scene. We're back at Archwade's house. I'll keep watch so you just relax and sleep.
Sleeping won't really help me regain my strength. You said yourself sleeping only gets rid of tiredness. For me, regaining strength is only a matter of time. By tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be able to move normally.
Just go to sleep already. You look like you're having trouble even talking.
Yes, but since you're up, Shiki, it seems like a waste if I sleep now.
Archwade sits up in the bed and talks cheerfully. Jeez. Oh well. There are some things I want to ask as well, so I guess it's alright to keep Archwade company. Archwade, can I ask about the hotel from yesterday? That's
That's right. I guess that's going to be our topic, considering us.
Yeah. I just have one question. The guy last night, the one you called Nero, just what the hell is he? I'm being serious here, so please don't say something like he's a magician who can make crocodiles appear from his body.
Won't say that. I think you know this already, but he is also a vampire. We call him Nero, and he's quite an exception. To tell the truth, he isn't someone you could talk to so casually like this.
So he was a vampire after all. But for some reason, like Archwade sitting in front of me, he doesn't match my image of a vampire either. So this Nero, what kind of guy is he? You seem to know him or something.
Of course not. I don't have any vampire acquaintances. Knowing them means I'm going to kill them the next instant. This is the first time I ever met a vampire without killing it.
But you guys were talking about a lot of things. It would be
Casey would call him an acquaintance because of that. Nero was a famous vampire, so no introductions were necessary when we met. That's all. Isn't it natural to know the name of vampires with unusual power and a long history? Among those, Nero stands out even more. Despite being one of the oldest vampires, he has neither a castle nor territory, and is an eccentric wanderer. The church has given him a second name, Chaos.
Chaos? What's that?
Literally squirming, squelching chaos. Like a primordial earth where no one knows what will fly out after the mixing of various things. A meaning I'm guessing from last night.
Not knowing what will fly out?
Jeez. You saw his body too, Shiki. We spoke of it earlier, but aged vampires cannot easily regenerate damage to their bodies. To restore the body after centuries of existence, the weak life of a human isn't enough. So using the simply more superior life forms, wild animals, and magic beasts as raw material, they compose their bodies. As one of the oldest vampires, Nero probably is in a league of his own regarding the sheer amount of beasts he has caught and used for his body.
A league of his own. Things like those black dogs are part of his body then?
Exactly. But there is a limit to a human's capacity. Probably only about 30 beasts can be controlled at once. Having more than one illusionary beast, such as a magical or phantom beast, would overload one's capacity. Putting that into consideration, all of Nero's familiars are probably real animals. Yeah, that may be fortunate.
I don't quite get the last part, but that means there's 30 of those black dogs. No, that can't be right. Black dogs weren't the only things rampaging in the hotel. I think there were things like lions and leopards, too.
Right. To be able to bring together 30 animals of the same type is one thing, but for Nero to have different beasts in his body truly places the strength of his willpower apart from others. Well, it does seem odd that if he has that sort of power, he would only use wild animals. I would have thought he would employ more magical beasts with his sort of willpower.
Arkway descends deep into thought.
Whatever. Anyway, we at least know his weapons are 20 or 30 familiars. So now we can understand why he's called Chaos.
Eh? His name really isn't Chaos?
Yeah. Most long-lived dead apostles don't use their names from their human lives. But they don't make up a new name themselves. The church assigns them one. They add on names as they find new, special characteristics of the vampire. So some of them have names as long as spells.
And I guess the church must really have hated him to name him Chaos. It would have been enough for one lion to hunt the entire hotel, right? Wait, I think that's still her.
The church must really have hated him to name him Chaos. It would have been enough for one lion to hunt the entire hotel, right? But he let loose all of his beasts to feed, meaning he seems to enjoy such excesses.
30 beasts inside the vampire Nero. Just with that, he killed and ate without a trace 100 people at the hotel in 30 minutes. I can't believe it. He's a complete monster.
He really is the worst opponent I could have at the moment. He's one of those you never want to meet. But what's worse is that such a guy knows where we are. Even now, I'm sure his familiars are watching us.
What?
Isn't it obvious? We were saved earlier because the sun rose, but we can't count on that tonight. He knows of this place, so he will certainly come to kill us at the height of his power at midnight.
Come to kill us tonight?
Yes, he said so himself.
What is this? That man in the black coat is coming tonight? I don't know what I should say. I should escape. I know that's the wisest decision, but Arkway is in this condition. Even if she ran away, I don't think she could escape from that monster. No, less about her and more about me. If I stay here, if I stay involved with Arkway, there's no mistaking the fact that I'll face him. He is dangerous. Clearly put, he is insane. More than his body, which houses those animals, his eyes are like a machine's, devoid of even a single emotion. The true eyes of a killer who does whatever it is assigned to do. The one who has experienced his attack. I am sure that, without a doubt, he is to be avoided. But does that mean I should just leave Arkway here and run away? No matter who she is, she can't move because she protected me. And I can tell her good luck and go home. Arkway,
But it's alright. Even Nero isn't a problem for you. No matter who it is, you can kill anyone with a single blow.
Huh? Arkway says something outrageous as if it was completely ordinary. Hey, what in the world are you saying?
What am I saying? You're going to fight with me, right?
Arkway looks directly at me. Her eyes place all trust in me. But this isn't a joke.
Oh no, it's another choice.
Yeah. Ah, well. I'd like to refuse, but I refuse. I know I have to refuse. No matter how much I think about it, I can't do anything. Arcade, sorry, but am I going to abandon her? It's my fault. Because of Tonoshiki. Because of Tonoshiki, she can't move as she needs to. Am I running away? For that monster who mercilessly, cruelly, one-sidedly slaughtered all those people? Run away and pretend like I never saw it? After being the only one to survive, I'm just going to run away without any pangs of guilt? Lines of death only I can see. Didn't that important person once tell me that I have this power because there would be a time when I would need it?
Kiki?
Yeah, I know. I can't run away by myself. I look up at the ceiling and take a deep breath. Fortunately, that prepares me just a bit for what is to come. Alright, I'll help you, Arcoade. I think it's my duty to do so as the only one who survived in the hotel.
In its side. It's alright, Shiki. With your skills, you'll have no problem killing him.
Arcoade states this outrageous thing with a straight face. Well, I'm not as optimistic as she is, but I've got no choice. The question is how I'll act to do that. I froze as soon as I looked into his eyes at the hotel, so I think all I could do is to approach him from behind so he won't notice me and then get him somehow.
That was just because your will is weak, Shiki. Nero's mystic eyes are nothing special, so if you just discard your doubts, you should be able to deflect his gaze, even if you look right into his eyes.
Arcoade casually mentions it, but I'm still nervous. No, I'd better not plan on doing something I've never done. I'm going to approach him from behind and cut the lines on his limbs. That ought to take away his freedom of movement and...
If you do that, Shiki, you will die.
Eh?
You say the question is how you act. That's not right. The real question is how you'll kill.
That's true, but...
Shiki, you're about to fight a monster called a vampire, so throw away your human morals, even if it's just for tonight. They'll only weigh you down in the crucial moments.
I understand that much. He's a monster, so that's why I wanted to help you stop him.
No, you don't understand. Cut off his limbs? Don't do something so suicidal. If you got the time to cut off his limbs, first cut off his life. Nobody else can but you. Listen to me, and don't give Nero the chance to retaliate. The difference in your offensive abilities is just too great. If you miss your first strike, you've got no chance of winning whatsoever.
Arcoide's eyes are unforgiving of any denial. It's true. It's exactly as she says. If I take my time cutting his limbs off first, I might find my head being eaten by the mouth of a crocodile as I do so.
Shiki, Nero will come at midnight tonight. That's when when you and I will kill him until he can be killed no further. Now, how to act. But not how to act, but now to kill. Think only about that.
Arcoide's savage eyes are staring straight at me. She is really angry. Angry that I still hold such naive notions. I understand. I won't hesitate. I'll take out his point of death in a single strike. That's what I should do, right, Arcoide? Arcoide doesn't answer. I suppose her silence indicates agreement. But where should we wait? Bystanders are going to killed like back at the hotel if we wait here in these apartments. Shouldn't we change our location?
Yes. I think the park will be suitable. No one's there late at night, and if anyone happens to pass by, it's their own bad luck.
Saying that, Arkwade turns her back to me. What's wrong? If you got something to say, then say it. I've decided to help you, so I'm willing to take risks.
It's useless. You haven't used the word kill even once. At this rate, you'll just hesitate at the last moment and be killed.
That's not true. He's a monster who's eaten over 100 people. There's no way I'd hesitate to kill him. Arkway gives a small sigh.
If I controlled you, I could make you kill Nero. I felt that I wanted to do so for the first time, but I also felt that I didn't want to for the first time. It's kind of like a big contradiction.
Arkway turns to face me, mumbling something I didn't really understand.
I trust you, Shiki. Let's get Nero together.
A smile comes over Arkwade's face, but her smile looks really uneasy. The plan itself is unbelievably simple. Just a little before midnight, Arkwade leaves the room and heads towards the park first. Nero's familiar that Blue Crow, according to Arkwade, should follow her, so leave the room and go to the park just a bit after she does. Then I'll hide in a bush where I can see Arkwade and wait for Nero to arrive. While Arkwade keeps his attention, I approach him from behind and cut his lines of death. So, looking at the flowchart, it seems there's a bad end that you can only get if you made certain choices earlier in the story. Like, it's an unavoidable bad end.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we can't do that one unless I, like, load up an older save and carefully follow the chart. But, yeah, there's another one coming up shortly from the looks of it. Arkwood stands absent-mindedly in the middle of the park. I hide in a bush about 20 meters away. The park is empty. It's 10 minutes before midnight. Arkwood has her head tilted up, watching the blue moon above her. I grip the knife tightly. Arkwood said that Nero will definitely come. So all I have to do is get behind him, approach him without making too much noise, and then cut his line in one breath. I try taking a deep breath. My body is moving just fine, except my fingers gripping the knife. They are tight and immobile, as if not part of my body. Maybe I'm nervous that the vampire called Nero will come again. That I'll have to confront that monster again. Or that I have to kill him soon. My breathing speeds up. My heart pounds as if it's not part of my body. Calm down, he isn't even here yet. Or, wait, that's right, the target is yet to arrive. I'm beginning to worry I won't even be able to move my feet by the time Nero arrives at this rate. Arkwood, aren't you scared? I stare at the white girl vacantly looking up at the moon. She doesn't look uneasy at all. Her face looking up at the moon comes down. As the moon... Okay, yeah. At the same time... Oh, it seems I have kept you waiting, Princess of the True Ancestors. Heavy voice like rusted iron. That's why Arkwood looked down. More than 5 meters away from her, and more than 10 meters away from me, a man in a black coat appears like a ghost. Also, I just noticed the background. This is the battlefield in Melty Blood. Recognize that little arch thing.
Yes, I've been waiting for quite some time, Nero Chaos. Or would you prefer if I called you Fabro Rowan? Sounds classier.
Arkwood's voice reaches me through the wind. Impressive. I would never have dreamed anyone would call me by the name I went by while I was still a human. Just what one would expect from our executioner. I suppose you have long since found out all there is to know about the current 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. I can hear Nero's reply clearly as well. My breathing grows louder. Arkwood is drawing Nero's attention. This is my only chance. I take my glasses off through sheer willpower. I held the knife in my right hand, pressing it against my chest. A white weapon. Now with this, I'm going to dismantle this man-eating monster. I should have saved, but... No, it's still too early. No, it's too early. Nero just arrived. A little more, until his attention is focused more on Arkwood. I can't launch a surprise attack. Don't get it... Oh.
Don't get it wrong, Nero. The ancestors of the dead apostles are not a group of 27, but of 28. You do not recognize the serpent as one of your own?
Of course. His ideals differ from ours. He is a vampire, but he does not hold the meaning of being a vampire. Consequently, we do not accept him as one of us. But we are old friends. I believe I understand him more than the other dead apostles.
I see. Come to think of it, you are like the serpent as well, as you are unlike the other vampires too. Since you are both heretics, you must share a common interest.
Wrong. Heresy is isolated, therefore it is heresy. Just because we both are separated from the flock doesn't mean we comprehend one another.
Really? Coming as far as this country to pursue me, I think you guys are similar.
Do not be ridiculous. You are the capricious one. Your purpose is to execute dead apostles, so why do you persistently pursue the serpent of Akasha? The serpent's poison is not something the princes of the true ancestors should be persistent about. Nero's voice it gets slightly louder. Arkwood's taunting must be working. I'm gonna make a save here. Nero is looking only at his enemy Arkwood. What do we do now? It's still too early. Still too early. There's about 10 meters in between me and Nero. I need a more definite opening before I can draw close without him realizing me. I gulp. A little more, something. I do not understand, muttering, as if speaking to the moon above. Nero mutters aloud. It is displeasing to be faced by such unsightly enmity, but I cannot think this is one of the princess's familiars. Is that just trash?
Run away.
Arkwood's composed voice. Eh? But I can't understand in time. My legs start to sink in something. The firm ground beneath me is like quicksand. The ground is full of something pitch black. My body collapses. My ankles, which sunk into the black puddles, are attached to nothing. I fall with a splash into the puddle. There's no bottom. The black puddle transforms into a mouth of a large animal and compresses my body. End. Teach me, CL Sensei.
Cheeky, this is what you get for breathing too loudly. You gotta at least try to control your breathing, my dude. Bonjour. And now the hint's corner for the sake of the mischievous Tono-kun, who quickly ended up in the dead end. It's time for Teach Me, CL Sensei. Well then, now for the third of the ever-popular series, Shakes and Shivers Animal Land. Liar. I don't see any animals coming out. Denied. No longer human. Pet's name, go. Feeling chunky. Yeah. Well then, the third in our animal series. Why did Tono-kun end up dying? This time, we have brought a special guest lecturer. I have called in this person who was wandering about after finishing his task earlier. Professor Nero, please go ahead. Wow, he's teaching?
Nothing. Nothing. I will only speak when I am victorious.
If we're here, it means you've won in a way, Professor Nero.
I see. That is a sound argument. But there is nothing to be said. I do not know of anyone who would miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Return to the choice before and correct yourself.
Yes, thank you very much. This concludes our 4th period lesson. Please continue enjoying the main storyline.
Yeah, see, the 4th period, even though that was our 3rd bad end.
Wow, though, Nero's so nice. He's teaching.
Okay. So according to the flowchart, you can actually attack him right away or wait once. Both of them lead to the same result.
Huh.
Dash towards Nero. Nero is looking only at Arcoid. My chance is only during this instant. Gripping my knife, I crouch down. With everything I have, I run towards Nero. All his senses are directed towards Arcoid. Even I, who is not in this conversation, can tell Nero is only looking forward. His back looks defenseless, not knowing I will dismantle it in a few seconds. I can do it. I feel it. Without a doubt, I can kill him. I run. Only a matter of steps before I can reach his back with my knife. His back. His defenseless back. There's no mistake. He does not sense me. One more step. Then it's all over. I stop. What? What is his body? Nowhere. 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 It's not a single line anywhere. Impossible. No such life is possible. Throb. Headache. My fingers gripping the knife tremble. After I stab with pain in my brain, I see a single black point on Nero's back. There. That should be where his fatal flaw is. There's something wrong with it being a point rather than a line, but anyway, I'll stab him there. And take a lunging step. The knife in my right hand races toward his point. Right before my hit connects, the points along his back multiply rapidly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 20. 80, 100, 200, 300, 400. This isn't right. This doesn't feel like his death. There are more like heterogeneous aggregation. His body. What the hell is it? Arkwood's voice. No, I don't have time to think now. His back is right there. Right now, I can just pick any of his points and it will be over. There. I bring my knife down as I yell. However, before then, Nero's back rises up like a balloon. Pop. A black dog appears from his back as if emerging from a black sea. What? The black dog shoots forth like a missile. I slice its line with my knife, but it's just a line. Only the dog's legs are cut off. Its trajectory does not stop. Gah! Wood. The black dog rams its head into my stomach. Gah! What strength. I fly back several meters and get pushed down on the ground. The black dog then tries to bite my neck. Ha! I pierce the dog's right abdomen with my knife. My knife enters the black dog's point of death as easily as going through air. The black dog's movements stop. In that instant, its body becomes a black fluid and pours over me. Covered in the black fluid, I can't stand up. Why, you? I can't get it off. As if soon to the ground, I can't move. It seems something has happened behind me. I hear Nero's voice. Stretched out against the ground, I look towards Nero and Arcoade. You're familiar? But how unfortunate. Those who enter my domain will be recognized and attacked by one of us even if I do not notice. There could be no surprise attacks against me.
Seems so. You weren't even looking at anything but me, yet you still reacted to the danger behind you. This is the strength of a collective, is it not, Nero Chaos?
Arcoade narrows her eyes slightly and walks towards Nero. Interesting. You are so weak you cannot move and even use your marble phantasm. Yet you still challenge me? Marble phantasm. Interesting. I think I've heard that term before. It is different from a noble phantasm. There's no need. There's no point to becoming one with the world just to... oh, wait. I'm not sure who's... oh, I think that's Arcoade saying that.
Oh. There's no need. There's no point in becoming one with the world just to fight a dead apostle. For someone like you, these claws will be enough, Nero Chaos.
I hear a short laugh. Fool. Realize your folly, Arcoade Brunstead. Nero raises an arm. His coat ruffles like a cape and countless animals fly forth. Grrr. With a thunderous roar, 3 beasts run towards Arcoade like bullets. Not anything like black dogs, but 3 giant leopards larger than Nero himself, like large demonic silhouettes. Arcoade can't move. 3 leopards run, cracking the bricks under them just by running. They're far faster than Arcoade, who is trying to run away. The 3 beasts pounce towards Arcoade. It's over quickly. In an instant, the 3 leopards' bodies are cut in half and fall to the ground. What? Nero's voice booms. Arcoade is silent. From there, she moves to attack him. Beasts emerge from Nero's body. The instant it emerges, the lion's head is grabbed and torn apart from its body. The leopard is killed the instant it attacks Arcoade by getting pierced by her punch through its head. The tiger is torn apart like clay. Everything following them suffers the same fate. The same with the flying eagle and the giant grizzly bear. The same with the shark swimming in the ground. The same with the ridiculously large elephant. In the end, they can't even stop her and turn back into black, sticky fluid. What? Nero tries to escape. Arkwood swings her claws. After the sound of ripping flesh, Nero's body is split into two from the neck down. Gah! Roaring in pain, Nero leaps away from Arkwood. Split from the neck to the waist, he's lost over half his body. Splat. The rest of his body falls at Arkwood's feet. This isn't a fight. What about Arkwood saying she was only able to move? The beasts Nero let out weren't weak. Those lions and tigers, just one of them could tear a car to scraps. And that grizzly bear could have torn a tank apart with its uncontrolled violence. So he has lions, tigers, and bears. But such beasts were torn apart by Arkwood, and Nero himself is half dead. Ha. It almost seems like a joke. If it was that easy, maybe it would have been better if I wasn't here from the start. Nero keeps retreating as if to escape. She might be tired. Arkwood walks towards Nero slowly, panting. I can hear her heavy breathing. It belongs to Arkwood. Ragged, painful breathing. Why is that? Arkwood's breathing sounds more painful than Nero's, who is torn in half. It is quite unbelievable. Weakened as you are, you still have that much power. As expected from the executioner prepared by the true ancestors. Do not face the white vampire princess. It seems the warnings of others were correct. Nero's voice isn't dimmed at all. I feel a horrible sinking sense of despair. Arkwood tries to catch her breath as she slowly draws near Nero. But I never expected to defeat you with only 10 or 20 of myself in the first place.
Enough boasting. You can't kill me with any amount of such familiars, and I have cut off half of your body. No matter what, you have no chance of winning.
My familiars have all been killed, but you seem to be mistaken. I do not carry familiars, nor do I use them. All those things you fought were truly me. It is quite unpleasant to be considered similar to the other mongrels who capture other living things to repair their damaged flesh. You should have been able to tell with a glance if you had not been weakened. Use your golden mystic eyes and see. Can you see it? The chaos of the 666 beasts inside my body. Splash. Something moves quickly at the end of my edge of my vision. Behind Arkwood. Half of Nero's body, which was cut off by Arkwood, is shaking. It rises up in a large clod and shoots towards Arkwood.
Ew.
Arkwood, behind you!
Shiki?
Arkwood turns around, but she doesn't make it. The half of Nero's body lying on the ground becomes countless large serpents, which attack Arkwood from behind. The large serpents wrap around Arkwood and return to black fluid. Arkwood is pinned to the ground like me, but the pressure is hundreds of times worse.
You?
I think that's her.
What? No way.
As she is pushed down, Arkwood tries to escape. It is useless. You should understand what that is, Princess of the True Ancestors. Arkwood's face lights up in pain and surprise. The remaining half of Nero raises his voice almost as if howling. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Aha, you are pleased with the chaos within my body, Arkwood Broodstead?
body, having more than 300 factors compressed into something as small and close as a human shape. This is just like...
Indeed, no different from the primordial sea. I am not making my body up with other animals. I merely use the factors called animals as my body, mixing them like mud. I have no such things as familiars. What exists are 666 beasts, and lives equal to that number. Ripping my body in half or crushing my head is meaningless. I am 1 and 666. If you wish to destroy me, you need to destroy 666 lives at once. That's,
This can't be... This is what chaos means?
Of course. So my alter selves have no concrete existence. When released from this body, which is my territory, they will take form as some kind of species for the first time. They have no form of their own from the beginning. You can kill them outside of me, but once they return, they regenerate as part of my chaos. Though even I cannot predict what they will become once they emerge. Understanding and controlling this disordered dendrogram is my eternal thesis. The vampire with only half a body gives a boasting, muffled laugh.
Impossible to take in souls. If you encapsulate uncolored conceptualized existences, you yourself will disappear.
Indeed. That is why this is not a single person here. The personality of Nero already does not exist. We are not a single body, but closer to a limitless collective. Certainly there is no meaning of existence in such a life. There are already life forms in the deep ocean which can be termed eternal systems. This body will lose its intelligence to become a mere specimen, just like them someday. But do you not find it magnificent? There are things which swirl inside me, and you do not know what form they will take. This small world is like that of our world in its primal stages. A chaotic space where it will be born is unpredictable. Or what will be born is unpredictable. The darkness of chaos, just like this planet's dendrogram, while still having the possibility of dramatic change. I wish to know what lies at its culmination before I disappear. This is why the church gave me this name, Nero Chaos. Equipped with 666 beasts, no longer a vampire, but a space which has become chaos, a heretic who broke the taboo. Arkwood's voice is held off. The black fluid squirms all around her. Even Arkwood's face is already half covered. That's all. Under such a prison, even you cannot escape. It is a union of 500 of my parts, the soil of Genesis. Even were you to be at full strength, you could not hope to destroy it. It is equivalent to destroying a whole continent. Nero's remaining half approaches Arkwood slowly. Many of our brethren have been killed by you. Many have sought to destroy you, only to be destroyed in turn. But that is all over. I, Nero Chaos, will accomplish a great achievement none could have performed until now.
Nero, this from reality marble who...
It should be easy to tell. Your nemesis, the serpent, came to me to teach me, but not the current one from this generation. Before you killed him, you bequeathed upon me the method of making this cage. I can't hear Arkwood's voice anymore. Looking, her mouth is covered in the black fluid. But the serpent is also a tragedy. What was once a priest of the church can't live on, just because a goddess of death like yourself is chasing after him. If he had lived, he might have devised a means to control the chaos in my body. It certainly must have been regretful not being able to fully utilize such a clear heresy before getting destroyed. I was a sworn friend of the serpent. Why you persistently pursue him without tiring, I am very curious, but it seems you can no longer speak. The black fluid starts to pin down Arkwood's body. By now, it is no longer Arkwood's collapsed feminine figure, but only a formless mud. I will make you part of me, Arkwood, Brunstad. Absorbing your amount of will may require great effort, but it will make me the highest rank of vampire. A little pain is like a celebration for the new creation. When that happens, even the professional killers of the abominable burial agency will be nothing to fear. It will eradicate all members of that moldy church. Arkwood's face sinks completely with a sucking sound, even as the lines of her body, which I could barely see before, have disappeared. At this rate, if I leave Arkwood alone, she'll be absorbed into the black fluid. Why, you... I look at the black fluid covering me. Black lines of death definitely do exist. Gah! Resisting the throbbing pain in my head, I run my knife along them. The black fluid becomes like mere water as I slice the lines. Alright. I breathe heavily as I stand up. I have to save her. I have to save Arkwood from that monster. But how? I can't even get close to Nero. Even Arkwood, as terrific as she wasn't able to take him. Then if I stand and face him, wouldn't I be killed instantly? I only barely managed to kill one dog. It wouldn't last a second against those other beasts like the lions or leopards. Furthermore, I could see hundreds of points on his back. I couldn't fully understand the conversation between Nero and Arkwood, but it seems that each one of those beasts are him. Then, if I want to defeat the vampire Nero, I will have to kill all the beasts having that point. Ugh. I can't step forward. No matter what, a human can't step forward towards a monster like that. Damn it. In the end, once more, I'm trying to save my life and do nothing about someone getting killed. Oh? I hear a voice. Hero's voice is full of contained amusement. No, it's not his voice. I can hear something like the sound of footsteps. This can't be. The sound is far away, but without a doubt the sound of light skipping footsteps is drawing closer. Arkwood said earlier, the park is empty of people at night, and if people pass by, then they are simply out of luck. Far away I see a small human shape. Some girl I do not know about my own age. This isn't good. For her to come here, it means... Run away! I scream. I scream forgetting that Nero wasn't even paying attention to me, or that he might attack me. Yet the passerby does not stop. Not knowing anything, she casually heads for this place. Half the vampire in the black coat breathes out in content. My body has just been torn apart. I need more sustenance. His half of a coat squirms like a living thing. Fortunately, it seems sustenance has arrived. A black beast flies from Nero's body. Stop! My voice doesn't reach her. The beast runs like a black wind towards the faraway figure. It's over in an instant. A short scream, the sound of a body hitting the ground. The smell of blood wafting through the air, on the air. The black tiger retrieves the human in its mouth. The girl's face is no more. Most likely gouged out by the tiger's claws. Too ruthless. Repulsive, one-sided violence. Gah! My head hurts. My throat is starting to dry. My mind starts to compress, and I can only see the enemy in front of me. The tiger slithers like a snake into Nero's body. It's strange. The corpse of the girl in the tiger's mouth disappears. Yet, munch, crunch, grind. She's not there, yet I still hear the sound. Rip. gorge, gulp. The sounds are coming from inside the band called Nero. The sound of dissolving flesh, shattering bones, the slow chewing of a human. No mistake. Inside his body, he's eating that person. Nero's lips twist in a smile. With that, a switch goes off in my brain. You fucking bastard! I can't think. I just run towards Nero. My vision soaks in red. Feed. A black leopard flies from Nero's body. How many times greater are its speed and ferocity compared to those black dogs? But I don't care about that. It's a living thing. If it lives, then there's nothing against me. You're in my way. I stop and say so to the corpse by my feet. The black leopard is lying in 4 pieces. I see. You're the one who attacked me from behind earlier. It seems you finally realize I'm here. Emotionless eyes look towards me. Yeah, just like Arco had said, as long as I don't allow myself to get lost, being stared at by him doesn't change anything. Let Arcoid go, monster. I said, let her go. I'm your opponent. You're nothing with that half body of yours. Without a word, the vampire with the black coat looks both Arcoid and I over. You say you can be my opponent? Yes, so I'm saying release her, and then hurry up and return your body to normal. His neck moves up and down. It seems like he's laughing. You have taken away the fun. Receive your punishment, human. Nero doesn't change. He seems like he will leave Arcoid with half his body and remain as he is. I promise you, I will slowly chew you apart alive. Flutter. His remaining arm is lifted. Such an inferior mental circuit. The price of your arrogance thinking you can face me will be your certain death. Whoosh. A warm wind blows. Scores of beasts emerge from Nero's half-body. The number of beasts emerging isn't 10 or 20. Even if each is not a strong beast, it is close to 100 of them against a single human like me. And they swarm like ants gathering around a sugar cube. What? I stick my knife into the neck of the black dog before me. The black dog dies as its death is cut. Instantly, the sound of birds' wings overhead. With a grating sound, the meat of my forehead is taken to the bone. Ack! I don't have time to react in pain. At the same time, several black dogs bite my arms and torso from both sides. You junk! Slice. Slice. I stab the death of those 2 dogs in my line of vision. But it isn't enough. For each one I kill, 10 more beasts take its place to rip into my body. I can't see. I can't see anything. Everything is pitch black. There isn't anything wrong with my eyes. All around me, the black beasts envelop me in darkness. Things can't keep going this way. I will die. It won't last 5 more seconds. My ankles are bitten. Blood flows. My body feels like it will fall. If I collapse, it will all be over. They will ravenously feast on my body if I hit the ground. No. No. This is more fearful than painful. Everything is pitch black. I can't see anything. I can't do anything. That's why I have to think. I have to destroy the main body. Hold on a second. Let me just... Yeah. Apparently both of these are... Yeah. The main source. If I could do something like do something to Nero's main body by manipulating the beasts, I might be able to save at least Arcoid. I blindly swing my knife. I force my faltering body and run forward. If he hasn't moved as he toys with me, then he should be standing with his half body ahead of here. Nero. Stop your noise making. It is unpleasant. His coat wavers. From there, a white horn comes straight at me. Something like antlers sticks into my torso. Thud. It's so sharp, it doesn't really hurt. I fall flat on my back. I am quite the fastidious person. Rest assured, there will not be even one of your cells left. I hear a voice. At the same time, a black doe marches over me. The ceiling overhead like a black umbrella, and all around the glowing eyes of the beast. Rip. My skin is being ripped. Die. Rip. My flesh is being eaten. Die. Grit. My bones are being scraped. Die. My mind can no longer think of anything. Only to frantically use my arms to protect my face. My right hand tightens, keeping a firm grip on my knife. Die. I'm being eaten. Strange, being attacked by this many beasts. They should be able to eat me completely in just 1 minute, yet they take their time. Die. I'm bleeding too much. My body and their saliva coat my body. My blood and their saliva coat my body. It feels terrible. Die. I can't see anything outside. Just complete blackness. Die. There's countless pairs of eyes say it. Say they truly eat me only bit by bit. They can't talk, so they speak with their blazing eyes. Die. Hurry up and die. Black dome of beasts chants in unison. A scream leaks out, but no one is going to help me. I'll be killed. Like that person before, I'll be devoured alive. No. I don't want that. I don't want to die this way. I don't want to be eaten while being conscious. I don't want to be killed like this. Scary. That's scary. Very scary. Scary, scary. Frightening, frightening, frightening. Scary, 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 scary. I'll be killed. Yes, I'll be killed. There's nowhere to run. I'll be killed. Like this. We turn apart and become a meal for all of them. There's nothing I can do. With my eyes painted vermilion, I stare at myself emptily. Ha. Ha ha ha. I start to laugh. Because I don't even know why I'm being killed. But still, Konoshiki will be killed like this. You are stubborn. If you break down, it will be easier for you. Ha 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 ha. He laughs in the distance, slowly eating me and laughing. It's like my whole body is dissolving. Horrible. Too horrible. This is too horrible. My wounds hurt. They hurt. Hurt a lot. That's just frightening. It's frightening. Very frightening. He's laughing in the distance, watching me die and laughing. If I strain my ears, I can still hear chewing and the smashing of bones coming from within. Not only did he devour all those people yesterday, not only did he eat that unknown person, he's trying to eat and kill even me. Gah. Something like claws digs into my chest. It's where the scar from my old wound is. A really painful, frightening, only hateful place. 8 years ago, that summer day. Yes, it was really hateful. There wasn't any room or pain for pain or fear. Yes, I just hated. Then what is to be done is already decided. If you're going to kill me, then my whole body is already numb. All that remains is the sensation of the knife I refuse to drop in my right hand. Be killed? Be killed? Who? By what? Ha ha. I laugh out. Right, that's exactly how it is. Running away is absolutely impossible. Escape is absolutely impossible. There's only one thing to be done. Be killed. Be killed. Definitely, without a doubt, be killed. Nothing else. And by no one else. He will be killed by me. In place of a yell, I start to laugh like an idiot. Strange. Strangely, I can't stop laughing. Slice. 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 With each sound, another beast dies. My brain is in agony. All throughout my body, my nerves, my blood vessels, my cells, my blood. Everything has gone abnormal. The black dome disappears. I just killed about 70 beasts which were eating my body. What? I can hear Nero's voice. Alright, I have to stand or I won't be able to kill any more. Misaki, you said you only could do this for 3 hours today. Are you good for a little bit more, or should we...
A bit more is fine.
Okay. I stand up. There's no problem. There's not a single place where I'm not wounded, but I can still move around for a while. What did you... Yeah, I understand how you feel, vampire. My brain is on fire. It's similar, just like when I killed Arquid. I can't even breathe properly. Along with the headache and heat, which almost drives me insane, almost enough to make me puke. The world is saturated with death. So, you want to kill me, monster? Then we have something in common. Fine. Let's fight to the death, Nero Chaos. With that, my stiff right hand moves freely. Switching to a reverse grip of my knife, I run towards Nero. A bigger beast appears from his body. Finally, he's letting out the big stuff he used for Arcoid. But they don't last long. No matter how large, fast, or brutal they are, they basically cannot kill me unless they touch me. If they try to touch me, I slice whatever part tries. In the end, it made no difference whether it was a black dog, a lion, or a tiger. Two of the large ones collapsed and changed into black water. To get to Nero, there's still some distance left to close. How can this be? Those of us, even the princess, could not eliminate, are returning to nothingness. He's saying something. I do not understand. What did you do? I fix my gaze on Nero's body. Countless points. If I want to live, if I want to kill him, I have to kill each and every one of them. It's probably not possible. Still, I can't finish like this. Arcoid, who was swallowed by the black liquid. All of those hundreds of people that were killed. And this body being almost killed. I grip my teeth. There's no time to speak words of hatred. Unfortunately, moving takes all of my power. I don't have any extra energy to answer Nero. No. If I do have that sort of energy as quickly as possible. Very well. I now recognize you as an obstacle to me. Killing this beast-smelling monster would be far better. His black coat opens wide. The vile stench of beasts. The sense of danger before was nothing compared to what it is now. From inside his coat, things come out which I've seen at least once when I was a child. Like this horse with a horn on its forehead, or this huge winged lizard. Oh, a unicorn and a dragon, I see. Those are troublesome. It's not simple to kill them because they have very few parts vulnerable to death. So I get more serious. Is it because I said kill? The pulsing of my blood is painful. My nerves are grinding together. Everything in my body links together to remove that which gets in my way. I slice in half the horse along with its horn. I slice the lizard from its back to its lower right abdomen. Impossible. I hear the obstacle's voice. Unfortunately, I can't even see properly now. All I can see are those black points and lines. Scum. Why must I attack a mere human with my full force? With a squishy, fleshy sound, Nero's half-body returns to its previous human shape. It seems he finally put back the half of his body binding Arcoid. I will kill you. You will find out that existence far superior to yours exists within me. His arms tear into his own chest. As if ripping apart darkness, he rips into his own chest. From the hole in Nero, something bizarre emerges. If I have to describe it simply, it's a crab-like spider. A bit bigger than the giant elephant which Arcoid killed. My vision has gone red. I can't see very well. All I can see are their bizarre silhouettes and their death. My fingers are cold. Maybe I've lost too much blood. My whole body is frigid. But still, my body isn't screaming. It orders me forward, saying that even if I have enough strength to scream, using that energy to kill Nero even faster. Use that energy to kill Nero even faster. My spine hurts. My body is cold. My fingers are frozen. Yet my brain burns with fire. These crab spider beasts keep crawling out from Nero. Nero is only a little bit away. These things are in the way of me getting to him. For now, these three. I completely kill those emerged obstacles. Impossible. If dizzy, Nero moves back. There's no way someone could destroy all my killing beasts. Such a fact is impossible. We are immortal. As long as I live, the immortal beasts return to chaos and are reborn. So then, why do they return to the original nothingness after only being stabbed by you? I walk towards my screaming enemy. Nero tries to pull back and retreat, but stops himself. Unsightly. His previously machine-like eyes finally start to burn with crimson hatred. I understand how he feels. Probably the killer in Nero is ordering himself to retreat. But then the vampire in him does not allow defeat from a mere human. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even let himself withdraw. So he does not allow himself to even take a single step back. His mind stubbornly doesn't allow him to realize his powerlessness. Another step forward. From here, I can jump and slice his body with my knife. No, never. My name is Nero, the immortal called chaos of the undecaying vampire race. It is not possible for me to look this unsightly. His body starts to form a shape. His body, which was only darkness, begins to transform. This body is immortal. I have surpassed death long ago. His body leaps forward. Not his beasts. Condensing all his remaining beasts to the limit, he transforms himself into the best beast and moves in to kill me. His speed is as fast as Arcoid's. He reaches out with arms which would pulverize my neck if he contacted me. Dodging that, I cut the line on his arm. As if unable to control his speed, he rushes past me without stopping. The distance between us grows once again. I feel dizzy. I can't stop shaking. What is this? Nero stares at his severed arm in astonishment. What is this? Why does this severed part of me not regenerate? How could such a ridiculous thing be occurring? He isn't a magus or a barrier, so how can he destroy me just by cutting me? How stupid. If you get too concerned over appearances like that, you'll get killed, Nero Chaos. Oh, wait, no, that's, Arcoid.
How stupid. If you get too concerned over appearances like that, you'll get killed.
I hear a familiar
Nero
voice near Nero. You. With bloodshot eyes, Nero stares at Arkwood standing elegantly to the side. Oh, I see. When he ceased being only half a body, she became free.
Don't worry about me. Shiki will take care of you. Right now, he would even kill me if I got in the way.
The giggling voice.
It's your fault for thinking you should kill him painfully. You should kill your enemy quickly without allowing the opportunity for a counterstrike, right? That was your mistake.
Silence. I do not make mistakes. I still have 560 lives remaining. Just wait. Once I kill him, I will get you once more.
Really? It won't happen, but I'll be waiting.
Arkwood doesn't go near him. Nero is only looking at me. He's coming. I brace my right hand with my left as I grip my knife. Nero crouches. It's the action of a predator preparing to pounce on his prey. I think that's her.
I forgot to tell you one more thing, Nero.
Her voice flows like the wind before that.
It may be a little late, but he's killed me once before.
What? This time it's for real. In his astonishment, Nero loses sight of his identity. For a moment, his entranced thoughts flow into my mind like a curse. Is this a nightmare? Kill Arkwood Brunstad? This monster for whom even the words immortality isn't enough to describe was killed by that human? No, that cannot be true. But wait. Hypothetically, if it is true, then just which one of us was the pretentious one?
Exactly. It seems the pretentious one is you, Nero Chaos.
At the end of Hatred and Chaos, Nero laughs with a pleasure from the bottom of his heart. I can't wait any longer. I start running toward it's my unmoving target. I see. You were going to kill me, human. The beast roars. With one arm, he dashes forth to pierce my heart. His speed is so fast you can't ask for any more. Simple, efficient motion to kill me. A motion too beautiful. I slice out his outstretched arm. Hundreds of points of death are on his body. But more than that, deep inside of him, he's in this very center. I can see his ultimate point. It doesn't matter how many lives he has. I am only going to kill the existence of Nero Chaos. So it isn't killing Nero, but the chaos, which is him. I am going to kill one world. Yes, Misaki is supposed to be bald when she talks. That's just her thing. I attack him head on. A light sound of impact. The knife pierces into his center. Twisting his lips in a grin, the vampire laughs voicelessly. This can't be. Numbly, the black beast starts to crumble from his fingertips. You are my death? His body temperature rapidly dwindles. The end is instantaneous, like a dropping curtain. Along with the remaining 560 beasts, Nero Chaos is annihilated. I'm exhausted. I collapse onto the ground. I fall onto my rear and try to keep my body up with my hands. Cold. I'm cold. Pain is numbed. It feels almost comfortable. My body is ripped with canine bite marks and beak marks. Well, there's no mistake that I'll probably die like this. I let out a deep breath. I raise my chin and look at the sky. The moon. Only the pretty moon is in the night sky. What is it? It seems awfully familiar, like I saw a dream like this before.
Yuki, are you okay?
Arkwood walks towards me as if nothing happened just now. You stupid idiot, if I was okay, I wouldn't be human. I speak and breathe haltingly. Even talking is painful, so maybe I shouldn't have responded. My consciousness starts to fade, and then, whack. Arkwood hits me on the head and forcefully returns me to consciousness. What was that for?
Do. If you sleep with those wounds, you'll definitely end up dying. You can't sleep until we close them.
Her argument is perfectly just. It's so just it makes me angry. Arkwood. Can I say what I've always thought from before?
What?
Don't say such reasonable things, you idiot. I crash onto the ground. My consciousness starts to fade. Arkwood is raising a racket, but I don't have any strength to hold my eyes open any longer. It's terribly cold.
Tiki, you really will die.
I told you, I'm sleepy. I'll sleep before I die, so I'll wake up in the morning.
Shiki, you mustn't sleep. We have to at least close your wounds and stop the bleeding, otherwise you won't wake up.
Man, she's loud. I'm going to sleep, so just do whatever you want.
Okay? It's okay if I heal you? Why didn't you say that earlier?
After she says this cheerfully, I feel cold fingers, colder than even my body, touch my skin as if in sympathy. I think that's her.
Well, too happy about using someone else's familiars, but in these circumstances, it can't be out.
I feel like something is being plastered to me. I don't know why, but it feels awfully pleasant.
To be expected from the vampire called the Primordial Sea. Even after the destruction of the source, Nero, the familiars still have their regenerative ability. In this case, all I have to do is give it a little hand. First, let it live on me. Once it's back to normal, I'll put it back on you, Shiki.
The fingers pull away.
I guess this'll do. How is it? It's a non-polar life, so it can adapt itself easily to your body, right? Hey, are you sleeping, Shiki?
Yeah, I'm asleep.
Oh well. Your house is the mansion on top of the hill, right, Shiki? I'll make sure you get home.
I look up only at the white moon as I sleep.
You really did well, Shiki, and thanks. You really saved me tonight.
She thanks me without the slightest hint of heaviness in her words. I can't hear her voice anymore. I fall into a deep sleep without anyone interrupting me this time. Alright, I guess we can call it there for today.
Yay, happy ending, though. It's gonna be a little awkward explaining to Shiki's family why he was out for like the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And why he's like all damaged.
Yep. Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back on tomorrow at the same time at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay. Let's end the stream here. Give me a second.